What's going on, world? DS1 Ross back. Shout out to the family. How's everybody doing tonight? Just came in, you know, and just came to chop it up with y'all real quick, family. And just to touch on something that was a hot topic in the media, and something that us in this community, you know, want to deal with. So, as y'all can see the title, should Colin Kaepernick stand? And I asked this question because in 2017, we have to really sit back and analyze what to do to really free. What are we really prepared to sacrifice to be free? A lot of us want freedom, but don't want to sacrifice something, you know? And I think a lot of times that comes from us not really wanting to be free. I think it comes from us wanting to be saved or rescued, you know? This is why I did a video. Y'all can check it out. It's called the Jesus/Savior complex. And I think a lot of us are really just looking for a savior, you know, somebody we could lay all our problems on, somebody who would feel like or be empathetic to your issues. I think a lot of people don't want freedom, you know, because in order to be free, you're going to have to sacrifice certain things. And the question is, what are you willing to sacrifice for freedom? So this is why I asked, should Colin Kaepernick stand? Y'all this family because he's an NFL player, you know. He's definitely a multi-millionaire. You know, he's successful in his own right, you know. So at this point, I put this question out there just to bring about the dialogue of issue for him to stand on what he was standing on. Would it be beneficial? And I ask this because I'm pretty sure a lot of us who call ourselves conscious and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure a lot of us are maybe the only one or maybe one part of a few that's conscious in their family. And you may be willing to sacrifice something that a lot of people around you aren't willing to sacrifice. You know, see, freedom fighting is for the ones who seek freedom, you know. And this is why I asked this question because most people who would be in Colin Kaepernick's position, they would have been stopped that shit. Because the first thing they thinking is they gonna fuck with my money. They gonna fuck with my livelihood. You see? So when I ask this question, should Colin Kaepernick stand? I'm asking this not just to the conscious people, but to the unconscious. Because like with the unconscious every day. So we could never act like we living in our own world, you know? So that's why I'm asking this question. Will it be smart for him to stand? Because at the end of the day, you are playing their game. So if you're playing their game, you have to follow their rules. So will it be beneficial to you, Colin, to disobey the rules? Was it beneficial to anybody who disobeyed the rules in the past? Is it beneficial to disobey master? Because at this point, his livelihood is on the line. And none of us, the people, none of us could take care of that man and his family. So if he decides to say, fuck it, I respect it, I'm gonna fall back. I'm pretty sure a lot of us are gonna say, oh, he was scared, he a sellout, he this and he that. But how many of y'all gonna pay his light bill? How many of y'all gonna pay his car note? This is reality, family. This is why we gotta watch to be so quick to call somebody a sellout. Because we don't know. First, we have to properly define what is a sellout. Because that's why I think we so quick to throw it out there, because we don't really understand what a sellout is. So just because a brother go and become a professional sports player or entertainer or whatever, and he doesn't look back and take care of his community, he's a sellout? Nah, I don't consider anybody who do that a sellout. The people who are sellouts are the ones who pretended that they were for the people. And then they left the people. Those are sellouts. That's what a sellout is. So I think this is a very good topic to touch on, because this brother he's in the upper echelon of what he do. You can't get no higher than the NFL. You see? He's playing America's game, football. Football is America's game. So he's dealing directly with white supremacists. Directly. And maybe what he's trying to do is he's trying to provide the new generation of children that's coming up another way by starting his foundations and all this type of stuff. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he feels trapped. And I feel like a lot of brothers feel trapped, especially professional black men or professional black women who love their people. They're at war too. And they're dealing with being considered a sellout or being successful. For me, this is why I say success is personal. It's for everybody. It's for the individual. Freedom is different. You see? So Colin Kaepernick is already successful. He wants to be free. He wants his people to be free. So should he stand, or will he stand? I know we heard a lot of things in the media about him, you know, he might stand back up again and not take a knee because he know the outrage he has caused, in the NFL. So I'm gonna go to an article that I pulled up, because I did a little background on this topic, and I'm gonna read y'all the article. It's coming from Daily News. Y'all could go check it out. I'm gonna just read this real quick. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Peace to everybody. You know, this is from Daily News, the sports section. Let me get the date for y'all. The date is actually Friday, March 17th, 2017. So y'all can go and look this article up if y'all want. Is Colin Kaepernick stands up for people of Somalia that need clean water and food. Reports of the death of Colin Kaepernick activism have been greatly exaggerated. So as we could see, family, he's gonna stand on his square, y'all. It's been exaggerated because now he wants to help Somalia. So as we can see, he's going to continue to be charitable. You see, he's going to continue his activism outside of football, but we still don't know if he going to stand for that national anthem or not. And they didn't really touch on that in this article. They're really mad, not just the fact that he didn't, stand for the national anthem, but a lot of black people. His activism outside of football is also affecting his image in the NFL. And see, we have to understand NFL is ran by folks who own corporations. So all of the sponsors and all of that stuff is dealing with corporate. We dealing with corporations. Corporations are the ones who give the money to the lobbyists to deal with politics. How do you think certain, candidates in the election have a certain amount of lobbyists? Because they get the money from these corporations, like the NFL. They get the money from these owners. You see? So he's pissing a lot of people off because the owners of these teams are racist. They're prejudiced. They're bigots. You see? So he's pissing a lot of people off with his activism, period. So even if he decides to stand, he's still going to piss people off because whatever he does outside of the NFL affects the NFL because he represents the NFL. You see? And this is what they don't want. You see? So I'm gonna continue reading. While Kaepernick may be ditching his national anthem protests, the polarizing quarterback hasn't stopped being an agent for change. The unsigned free agent posted a tweet Friday in support of a project to raise money to get food and water to people who need it in Somalia. It included a link to a GoFundMe page to raise money for the aid effort. The movement to aid the East African nation appears to have been started by a group of friends, but quickly gained steam on social media when Kaepernick got involved. Turkish Airlines offered to provide a plane for the mission. Amazing news. Kaepernick said on the 43-second video he posted with the tweet, Turkish Airlines granted us an airline to fly to Somalia, a 60-ton cargo plane, so we can fly there with food, with water for these people. Now we started a GoFundMe page to allow anyone to help us donate food and donate water. We'll make sure we'll make sure every cent goes to the helping of these people, he said. This is a victory for the people. This is a victory for the people of Somalia. It was done out of love, out of respect for these people. We wanted to bring structure to this. So now we're going to use the name Love Army Force Somalia. As of Friday night, more than $270,000 of the group's $1 million goal had been raised in 5 hours. Kaepernick sharing the link with his 1 million Twitter followers appears to have significantly helped the cause. Free agent quarterback continues to look for work in the NFL. His off-field crusade to make the world a better place obviously continues. Kaepernick was criticized recently for reportedly pledging not to kneel during the Star-Spangled Banner during the upcoming NFL season. The announcement coincided with his entering free agency after opting out of his contract with the 49ers and was seen by some of the selling out in order to get a new contract. So basically what they're saying right now, family, is that him saying that he wasn't gonna kneel was basically like a ploy or coy to almost confuse the people. That was his way of basically getting the other NFL owners back on his side, because he pissed a lot of them. He pissed a lot of them off. A lot of them, they're not fucking with Kaepernick right now, basically. They're not, because of his social political activism. See, they don't like for black men, especially black men of this type of stature, to be socio-politically driven. Because when people like this are driven that way, it scares them, because these are the type of people who can basically run for office in some form or fashion. You see? He sent out a tweet and he made over $250,000 out of 1 million people. 250,000 put money up. That's a lot of people. You see? He's polarizing. That's another word for popular. He has a following. People love Colin Kaepernick. So when you're a polarizing figure and you're socio-politically driven, you're a threat. You're a threat. You see? This is why they didn't like Marshawn Lynch. If y'all remember him, the running back from the Seattle Seahawks. They didn't like Marshawn because he rebelled. Everything they told him to do, he didn't do it. Everything they told him not to do, he did. You see? And people are attracted to rebellion, especially when you rebel against the establishment. That makes people to you find some type of way to stabilize you because you're doing too much. You're making too much moves. So they have to find a way to stop you. But Colin Kaepernick, he already knew that. See what happens when you're intelligent? When a black man is not just good at sports, but he also is intelligent and he understands the environment he's in. So you know what he said? He said, I'm not going to kneel. I'm going to stand up now. And you know what that did? That made them kind of back off from him. Like, oh, good boy. Good boy. I could see them slave masters up there saying that. Like, good boy. Good boy. We was just getting ready to spank your ass, nigga. I could see it. I could see it. And he played them. Right after he said that, he started a new fund for Somalia, Africa. You know that hurt him. So, should he stand? Is what he's doing right? Is all this shit gonna blow up in his face, y'all? What y'all think? Is it gonna blow up in his face? Let me continue to read. The anthem protest contributed to widespread athlete activism in 2016, but also turned Kaepernick into the NFL's most polarizing player. For as many fans as he won over by speaking out against racial inequality, he also angered waves of American football fans for his perceived disrespect of the flag. Despite pledging to stand for the anthem this year, the damage may have been already done to Kaepernick's image among football executives, slave masters. According to Bleacher Report, 70% of NFL's GMs genuinely hate him for taking a knee last year. 70%. So right now, most likely he won't get no job in the NFL, y'all. That's what it's looking like. You see? And this is why I just brought up how they don't want black men of his stature to become socio and politically active. Because look what it did. It started high school kids kneeling, college kids kneeling. It started an outrage. Remember, football is America's sport. Football. So he pissed off a lot of Americans. And we all know who the Americans are. So it's looking like he won't even have a job. He done pissed off 70% of the NFL owners. So who he going to work for? Who? So should he continue to stand? Or when he realizes that he might not get a job, then what he should do? What what what, what is he gonna do then? And how are we going to take that? Because what if he decided to say, look, I'm sorry, I was acting out of character? Because you know, if he decides to respect that flag again, they're going to make him apologize publicly. You know, they have to humiliate him. They're going to make him get up there and apologize. See that one day. What if we wake up and see that one day, family? How we going to feel? You know, how are we going to feel about this? Because I'm kind of caught up in between this, you know, because I stand on my premise all day. But I'm pretty sure my mind would be in a different place if I had 30, 40, $50 million and I worked for Microsoft or I worked for the NBA. I would question my stance. And I'm just being real. And this is how we have to, analyze our people's situation. You see? Because if this brother don't get hired and he doesn't have anything else left to do, then what do we say? Then what could we do for him? So if we calling dudes sellouts and shit like that, that's just our fucking opinion. Because if we can't pay for their lifestyle, then we can't say or should really have a real opinion on whether they represent us or not. Because he's representing us now. But if the white man who gave him everything take all that shit away, then what? Then what? Are we gonna make sure Colin Kaepernick could take care of his family? Are we gonna give up and help him? And this is why I came up with this topic, because we have to really sit back and question ourselves. And I put this out here because I have these type of conversations a lot. You know, a lot of people like to ask me these type of questions. Like, yo, but what if you was rich? Would you still have that perspective? And like I told them, I may not. I may and I may not. I think I would, but I'm gonna just be honest. If I was Colin Kaepernick in this position, I would definitely be thinking real hard on what I should do. And what else I'll be doing? I'll be stacking my paper. I would have been stacking my paper though, because I already know my stance on things. And see, that's what Marshawn Lynch did. That's why he don't have no financial issues now that he's not in the NFL. He doesn't have financial issues because he saved his money. And see, when you know you a man of that stature, you better have some money. You better save your money. Better put something away, because eventually you, the real you, is gonna come out and they're gonna chastise you for it. And you have to be financially prepared. You see? So I'm gonna read a little bit more of the article, and then I'm gonna put the link out there in the chat, see if anybody wanna come on and just discuss, how institutional racism forces our people to become docile. And it forces us to be docile because they know we shouldn't represent them. You see? So that's what make our people say, man, fuck that. I don't want to go back to the hood. And they fall in line. So I'm gonna finish reading up just a little bit more. I'm not gonna really read the whole article because I've read most of it, but I'm gonna just read a little bit more, and then we're gonna open up this conversation. Peace to everybody in the chat, man. Salute to y'all. It says, while the anthem protest was highly publicized and trickled down through college, high school, and even Pop Warner football, Kaepernick has done more than just demonstrate on the sideline. He's already donated more than $1 million to community organizations around the country, and now it appears his activism is going global. We'll have to wait and see if lending a helping hand to Somalia pisses off 30% of NFL GMs. So, and that's the end of the article, too. Like I say, if y'all want to read the article, or just, fact check me. I don't mind getting fact checked. Like I said, it's a daily news sports article. March 17th, that was yesterday, Friday. Evan Grossman, he wrote the article. Y'all could check it out, read it for yourselves. Y'all could watch the video where he was talking about, the video he posted on his Twitter. But something interesting that was at the end of the article, they said that his activism is going global. It's going global. Now, they said he done donated $1 million to community organizations around. And now he's taking his activism global. So you know what that means, right, family? He's becoming a threat to white supremacy. He's becoming a threat to that facet of white supremacy. Because white supremacy is what? Local and global. See, so what he's doing is he's attacking white supremacy and using their platform to do it. And he's using his prestige and who he is as a sports figure as a way for people to say, yeah, come on. See, he's doing something that the system totally rejects. He's doing something that the system works every day for us black men not to do, or black women not to do. But if it's all taken away, what do he do then? And I want to ask y'all that, family. What do he do? If they say, all right, nigga, give me all that, like they just did Bill Cosby. Now, what if they do him like that? Then what? Then what do we do? Then what could we say? Or what if they just threaten him to do it? Just threaten him. And he says, all right, I'll stop. What do we call him? We call him a sellout? Call him an Uncle Tom? Call him a house nigga? So I'm gonna put the link in the chat, family. Whoever wanna come on you know, say they piece on this because this is a topic that needs to be discussed because too many times, you know, they look at conscious people like we just supposed to be broke. We never supposed to have nothing. We never supposed to be successful. But what happens when a conscious person is successful and they reach that high level? And then them being conscious and being active with their consciousness hurts them. You see? What happens when that happens? What do we do? The people that's watching it, you see? Because it's all about symbolism. See, that's why they keep using that word polarizing. People are drawn to the symbol of rebellion. See, Colin Kaepernick, that's what he represents. A young black rich man rebelling against the system that he's in. And he got other people to start doing it. See, when you disrespect that flag, you disrespecting white supremacy. The Star Spangled Banner, you disrespecting white supremacy. See, we got to understand what that flag means. So if he had even little kids, because they said even Pop Warner players, that's little kids, start saying, fuck that flag. Even they start saying, fuck America. But you playing America's game. So what is he supposed to do when they say, all right, nigga, now give me all that shit? Then what do we do? Do we stand behind that man? Because I notice we like to talk about the leaders, the leaders, the leaders, the black power leaders. We like to talk about them, right? But where were the people who said that they followed the movement? Where were those people when shit got rough for Garvey? Where were they? Where were the people who was walking instead of getting on the bus, following the leaders? See, those were the people who were supposed to keep it going. So if these crackers decide to take everything from Colin Kaepernick today, and all of us who stood with Colin and his acts of rebellion against white supremacy, if he asks us for money now, are we gonna then say, oh, he begging for money because he broke? Because that's what niggas do. Are we gonna do that? Or we gonna stand behind that brother? Peace, boss.
What's up, bro? Peace to everybody in the chat too. I wanted to come through real quick, and my opinion about you know homie is, I hate to say it, but us black people, we the most fake and phoniest people on earth, man. We expect for our own people to look out and help and support, but then when we go broke and things happen to us while we trying to help our own people get to laughing at us and get to talking shit about us. You know what I'm saying? You know, for the people that for the black folks that say that he a coon and he this and he that, can him and his family come stay with you? You know what I'm saying? Can him and his family come stay with the people that say that he cooning? The people
Exactly.
that turned on him, can him and his family come stay with them? Is they gonna turn around and put together a charity to help him and his family get back on their feet? Nah, what us black folks we gonna do? We gonna turn around and we gonna talk shit, and then soon as the white man knock us upside our head up at Dairy Queen, then we want to turn around and we want the same people that we talk shit about, we want them to help us. You know,
Hmm.
and that's really fucked up to me, man. Like, to me, when I heard that he might stand this season, in my opinion, I said to myself, I said the brother made his point. He done did charities. He done gave money. So he done walked what he talked, which we know a lot of us, black folks that's rich haven't did. And and to get off of him a tad bit, what I don't like, period, is how once again us black folks we talk about our rich black people. We say, where are they at? Why ain't they standing up for us? Why ain't they doing nothing? But then when we got rich black
Hmm.
folks that do stand up for us, what do we say? Oh, he just looking for attention because his new album coming out, or he just looking for attention so he can get back in the spotlight. I mean, with us black folks, bro, it's really damn if we do, damn if we don't.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Look how niggas did Hammer. Just to get off the subject, look how niggas did Hammer. Hammer took hundreds of Oakland people off the streets, gave them jobs, made them dancers. Then when he lost that money, they turned around and laughed at him and turned on him and walked away from him.
Yep.
You can't do nothing for black folks. Black folks only want stuff done when it's them at the time in a bind. But if they
Hmm.
ain't in a bind, they talk a bunch of shit like everybody like T.I. T.I. spoke up, been speaking up for his black folks since last year. The
Hmm.
first thing people want to say about Ti, he just doing this because he washed up, or he just doing this. Well, what about the gun? How can he preach positive when he went to jail for guns and this, that, and come on now? But we get mad at the coons that's rich that talk against our people. But then when we got our people that speak up for us, we dog them too.
Exactly, bro. And this is why I had to ask this because I watched this happen, even in my neighborhood, you know, even with the hustlers. When we was young, everybody loved him. He used to come through, give all the kids $1, you know, buy pizza, buy ice cream. But then he go to jail and he come home and he broke now. Everybody laughing at him,
Right.
calling him a has-been, calling him an old head. No respect for him. No homage being paid to him. Forgetting all the shit he done for the neighborhood. Forgetting about all the ladies' light bills he done paid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Forgetting all the $10 he was giving away to the mothers eat. We forget that shit.
You're
When
right,
a
bro.
brother's down, we forget that shit, man. And that's why a lot of people that I deal with, because I don't deal with a lot of conscious community people. A lot of them, they don't want to deal with this shit because they say they say the same shit you were saying, bro. That niggas don't give a fuck. Black people don't give a fuck about each other.
right.
Nigga, either you got it or you don't. And when you don't got it, fuck you. When you got it, nigga, you my man.
See the thing is, bro, is that the nigga with the Cadillac and the Benz don't understand that the white man gonna blow his head off too, just like he gonna blow off the black man's head that drive a 91 Chevette. You know what I'm saying? You know, we just fake and phony towards each other, man, and we want respect from other people, and but we don't respect ourselves. You know, we turn on each other in a quick minute. I mean, us black folks, something is really wrong with us. You know what I'm saying? Like it go back to what we was talking about. Everybody was pro Colin last year, but then this year, oh fuck that nigga. What he did last year, he was just doing that just for attention. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I can almost guarantee, bro, that the white man fucking with that man's money and livelihood.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But see, us, the middle class and the poor people, black folks, we don't understand that. We don't understand having $1 million in the bank tonight and then waking up in the morning and miraculously we only got a half a million in the bank. You know what I'm
And you ain't
saying?
spent a dime.
And you ain't spent a dime. You know what I'm saying? They don't know nothing about being blackballed from doing different situations.
Mm-hmm.
We don't understand what people really go through being rich and stuff like that. Because if the white man want to take you down, he gonna take you the fuck down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so us black folks, man, it's a sad case of Benjamin Buttons when it come to us, man. You know what I'm saying? They just
Mm.
a lot of us is just sissified, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that we all got opinions, but some of us don't deserve an opinion at all. Some of us just need to shut the fuck up.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, Marshawn Lynch, but he was smart enough to put some bread to the side. He probably got a couple businesses on the low, to where he's still getting that bag and he still could benefit off of the righteous things that he did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Us black folks, ain't none of us trying to email Colin or trying to get in contact with him and say, brother, go ahead. Play them crackers. Make them think that you bowing down. We gonna stand behind you. And if anything go wrong with you, we gonna put a donation together for you. You ain't gonna see no black folks do that.
Nope. Because the first thing a nigga gonna say is, shit, I'm broke.
Right. My Uncle Tree, you know what I'm saying? He was a boss out here in the streets. And he used to
Mm-hmm.
sit down and tell me and his son Little Tree, he used to tell all us the first cousins and stuff. He used to be like, y'all, look, Fuck them niggas that y'all claim is y'all niggas. Because when y'all go to jail behind these niggas, is these niggas gonna come and cut your mama's grass once a week?
Ooh,
Is them
mm,
same niggas gonna come and give your baby mamas a couple dollars for your kids? He
mm-hmm.
said, oh yeah, let me take that back. Yeah, they gonna come with that money, but they gonna be trying to hit that ass too.
Yep, yep,
You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? So damn if we do, damn if we don't. That's my opinion on this situation. And black people, they don't understand. Black people talk shit. We talk shit about our own, but then we'll get choked out in Korean stores and shit, and then hug the motherfuckers and only ask for an apology.
Exactly. But then call a black man who got everything taken from his ass a coon and a sellout.
Right.
That's some deep shit, man.
It don't make no sense. We won't stand. I stand with him.
So do I.
Regardless to what decision he made, I stand with him.
Me too.
You know, us black folks, we talk about, you know, we ask Trump where the jobs at, but let's just say if he did give us some jobs, how many of us gonna get up off our asses and go to him?
That's true. That's true. And
You know,
how many of us gonna actually do something with the money from our jobs? A lot of us work jobs and just be consumers, man. Like I watch people because I live in like a small rural type of town in North Carolina, and I watch a lot of dudes, man. They just go to work, buy a car, and buy sneakers and get drunk, and that's their life. Like they don't have no ambition to do nothing outside of work.
yeah, man. A lot of us is real simple minded, man. A lot of us just wanna sit around with our hands out. We in our left hand we want the black man to help us, and in the right hand we want every other man of different color nationality to help us too, while we just sit there and not do for ourselves.
That's true.
And see
And
everybody
then
talk shit about Colin not standing, but yet, what I'm saying, Trump's, his bitch ass wife, if everybody seen, she didn't salute the flag like her husband did, and she was standing right next to him. But ain't nobody say shit about that though.
exactly because at the end of the day, Colin Kaepernick is looked at still as chattel, and that ties into that book, $40 million slave. I forgot who wrote it, but it's about where they talk about how your modern day athletes are nothing but slaves on a plantation. So
Cool.
yeah, nigga, you better salute the flag because you're a slave. You better salute white supremacy. You have no choice. You're forced. And if you don't salute it, we'll put your ass back in line. And that's what I think is coming for the brother. And I honestly feel like this, man. If they put that man livelihood in jeopardy, he better sit the fuck down.
Right.
He better sit down, man. Cause he don't own the NFL. He don't control shit in it. So he got to play the game and follow the rules. That's how it go, man. Once you get into bed with these people, you got to play their game. You can't make up your own game.
I mean, that's definitely true, man. You know, but like I said, black folks, you know what I'm saying, that sit around and drink Steel Reserve 211s all day, you know, they'll never understand, you know, the shit that you speaking on. They will never understand it.
Of
You
course
know,
not.
do I believe in we got begging ass niggas? Yeah, definitely. Do I believe that we got niggas that just think that you know they entitled to shit? Damn right we do. And it shows when we in situations like this right here with Colin. We supposed to be
Right.
showing the world that we gonna stand with this man regardless to what his decisions is, but no. We doing exactly what the white man want us to do, to talk shit about him and make him feel bad about the accomplishments he done did.
Exactly. And we have to understand that that makes other people, if we decide to go against Colin, that will show other black athletes who are pro-black to say, fuck those niggas. I ain't doing shit for them
Right,
because they ain't even happy with what this dude done did
right,
or what that dude done did. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, you got people running around saying Jim Brown is a coon because he went and met with Trump. He a coon. So fuck all the shit he done did with the gangs in inner cities and helping stopping black men from being murdered in situations. Unity work he done did. Fuck all that. He's a coon now because he went to support another black man, Ray Lewis, who went to talk to Trump. So now he a coon? That's crazy, man.
yeah. But see, Ray Lewis, you know that nigga is a sucker, man. You know because you know all the shit that he be sitting up talking about. I guess that nigga forgot how we stuck behind him back in the early 2000s when he had that murder charge going on, and it was us that backed his punk ass up.
That's a fact. He is a coon. See, Ray Lewis, he's a coon because when that shit happened down there with Freddie Gray, he got in the church pew on us. Stop destroying my city. This is my
Right,
city. Got real
right.
churchy on us. So he's a coon. And he ain't never done nothing for black people but play fucking football. So that's why he can be considered a coon. But Jim Brown, nah, he did
And,
more than just play football.
and see, we really don't. And see, the thing about it is, you know, in that situation, I will call, you know, Ray Lewis a coon, Steve Harvey's milk dud head ass a coon, oh sugar daddy head ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'll call him a coon, you know, but Jim Brown, I can almost guarantee Jim Brown went and seen Trump with some real shit on his mind that he needed to get off his chest. You know, but
Of
see that
course.
goes back to what we were saying though, bro. We want to call each other coons for going to see the chump man. We want to call everybody coons that talk against us, but we forget we talking against a brother that done stood up and did shit for us for a whole year.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
must don't think that the white man sit back and laugh and say, "Look at them niggas. Look at them. Look how they talk to each other. They can't even stand together, and he's doing the right thing, and they won't even stand with him. But they want us to
Mm-hmm.
give them something."
Mm-hmm.
They think they deserve something.
Exactly. They deserve exactly what they get. Nothing.
For instance, I just heard today how, Chump, he trying to, get rid of Meals on Wheels for the, for the elderly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, these so-called niggas that want to call out coons and stuff, I ain't seen no GoFundMe's. I ain't seen no donations just in case if this stuff happened or not.
Because a
You
lot of
know,
us ain't up on that, bro.
you right. You
They
right.
scared. They see shit like that, bro. Is like real. Is real work. And I think what a lot of people don't want to do is actually get out there and touch the people. And that's what you're gonna have to do. If you say you for the people, you're gonna have to get out there and touch the people at some point or another. And how you operate with the people and how they receive you determines whether people are gonna support you or not. And that's why people support Cap. Kaepernick is getting a lot of support online because they believe in the brother. They
Right.
believe that the brother is genuine. So it need to be more people like us that's standing behind him. And I'm gonna even throw it out there and say he need more black millionaires to stand behind him too.
Exactly.
He was to go bankrupt. It need to be those niggas that's giving him millions of dollars. It needs to be
Right.
those niggas coming up with funds. Listen, I'm gonna throw a million in here. He gonna throw a million. My man gonna throw 5 million. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They need that. He might need that. I remember they had a thing in the NBA where it was Tracy McGrady, Matumbo, and a few other players. They all put money up to give money to Africa. And they went over there, touched the people and everything. So why we can't do that when our people up Shit's Creek dealing with these scraps?
Well, we'll do anything, when it comes to our own, duck and dodge bullets, move around cars and shit like we in the Matrix movie, but we scared to do shit to, other people. If you ask me, my pop's down there in North Carolina where you at, he in Charlotte. My dad's whole side of the family, 10, 7 brothers, 6 sisters, born and raised in Canton, Ohio. They've been down in Charlotte, my grandmother, my grandfather, since I was about 9 years old, you
Mm,
know, and they got all them gangs. And see, that I don't respect shit like that because we got them gangs down there and shit like that, shooting and killing each other. But it had been 3 days since that situation happened with that sister in Charlotte. And
and
I ain't
they ain't
heard
done
of, and
nothing.
I ain't heard about nan niggas running up in that stove, beating the living shit out of that Korean man and his bitch too.
Exactly.
I ain't heard about that. But
Mm,
niggas will go loke up, over an argument.
facts.
Or because of what a nigga done said about them.
Mm-hmm.
Us
Down
black
here,
folks, we a joke, man. We a fucking joke.
it's sad, bro. It's sad. You right. We
We
stand
we
up for the
we
wrong
like the
shit.
we like the clown that asks for help.
Mm, mm. Wow.
We like the clown that asks for help.
Wow.
So, I really don't know what we can do after this point because, like I said, we want our famous black folks to speak out, but then when they do, we talk shit about them. Then when they don't do nothing, we talk shit about them. I mean, what the fuck?
Exactly. Exactly, bro. What the fuck? And I know this is how Garvey probably felt. This is how Khalid probably felt. Fuck. God damn, I thought I was doing something right.
That's like W.D. Du Bois. I don't fuck with W.D. Du Bois because he set up Marcus Garvey. From what a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't know, he set up Marcus Garvey. And then before his bitch ass died, he wanted to come out and apologize for all the devious shit that he had did to to the people. It's crazy. We ain't scared of each
Wow.
other. We ain't scared of each other, but we scared of this white man though. We scared of
Exactly.
this. We scared of this white man. The black man gotta live in fear when he leave his home just to go up to the corner store. But you see the white man in his Hummer or his Benz or his Cadillac truck, he could ride through our neighborhoods with a smile on his face and he ain't got to worry about shit.
Cause he know niggas ain't built like that no more. He know that. And see, what we gotta understand is that, like you were saying earlier, when these people see that we not gonna stand behind the ones that represent us, they laugh at that shit. And that's what gives them more bravado. That's why you see a lot of these white boys now, they ain't scared of niggas.
Right,
All that, yo, white boy, I'll knock you out. All right, nigga. I tell my mans all the time back home up north, listen, dude, try that shit now and you gonna get your neck broke. See, that's what all that MMA shit is about.
yeah. I've been telling,
All these little white
I
boys walking around.
I've been trying to tell niggas for the past 3 years, like, yo, they can't. That MMA shit. That shit wasn't for us to learn. That was for the white man to learn.
Facts. That's combat fighting, man. They teaching you how to fight soldiers and shit. That's
Exactly.
why I be telling my young boys, chill, son, chill. You think he drunk? You punch him in his face, you gonna wake him up. He gonna break your neck.
Right.
Chill. I done saw them white boys get busy. They get busy, and they could take punches and all that.
Right.
This ain't back in the day, man. But what do? We don't want to learn MMA.
Nah, we wanna listen to Skinny Jean rap and you know we wanna smoke loud and take our little money and buy 6 packs of we want to buy 40s of King Cobra.
Exactly. And they running around learning how to fight, knowing how to shoot, all that. So what we doing is basically is we like sitting ducks, man. And then the ones who are here to try to help us or try to direct us in some type of way, because all the brothers doing is he's saying, listen, I know these specific areas need resources. These specific communities need resources. I'm gonna give the resources to do right with it. It's too many of us doing shit wrong with our resources. And that's what we don't understand. That's treason to me. If we sitting here taking the money that our celebrities are giving us to help one another and we going out buying cars and shit, that's treason, man.
And fucking with white girls. We gonna put that out there too. You know
Yeah,
I
yeah, niggas.
you know Ice Cube said off of
That's true.
my
Niggas like getting put in a headlock and all that. That's true.
right. Cube's album, that Death Certificate, man. That's my favorite Ice Cube album. And that cut on there that stay true to the game. Cube said, soon as y'all get some dough, you want to put a white bitch on your elbow.
That's a fact.
You're living way out. Nigga, go home. Spray paint it on your house.
That's real shit, man. That's real.
You
And
know?
and, and that's another thing with Colin, man. Around with an afro. Like he's even walking in the image.
And then that was another thing,
Black
bro.
power.
Brother, motherfuckers wanted to do a background check on him. They got down. I mean, niggas is crazy these days. They went and researched him from the Ruba to the Tuba. Oh, his mama this and his daddy this and do it matter? Do it matter? Cause you got niggas that's full 100% niggero, a niggerette, and they ain't doing shit.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I think that's just
Half of these women, bro, half of our sisters, they can make the best twerk video in the world, but put that 380 or that 9 on the table and tell them to unload it and then reload it and see what they do.
mm-hmm.
Back
Good
in the
point.
day, our grandmothers and stuff and great grandmothers, you know, they were taught how to, take care of the families and stuff just in case if, we wasn't around.
Right.
I think of Nas's song off of the Godson album, that revolutionary warfare. When he said, teach your kids and teach your women how to protect themselves and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But us black folks, we so far gone off of reality shows and bedazzled jeans and shit.
Breaking up,
It,
bro.
oh, my bad. We so caught up in jeans with sparkly shit shining from them.
Mm-hmm.
It's pathetic. But yeah, I don't know
It's
what
just a
us
distraction.
I don't know what us black folks gonna do from what I'm saying this time on, because like I said, who- we got black folks that has helped, and these is receipts. We got black folks that has helped and then got spit in their face by our own people.
That's true. Peace, sister Sci-Fi. How you?
Oh, what's up, Si?
Peace. Peace to the panel. Peace, boss. Peace, DS1.
How you doing?
I see my sister Big True True in the chat box. What's up, True True?
Yeah, I see her too. I just called her and left her a heartfelt voicemail for helping me raise some money. I mean, what her efforts have done has really helped me towards the giveaway because I have to do some giveaways for Friday and Saturday and turn around and do it on the live stream as well. So I needed some help, and I am so appreciative to her because she came through for me.
Man, Big Sis 100% concrete. You know.
Yes, indeed. But speaking on the topic, we women we wear nice fancy stuff because we're trying to impress our men, whether we're single or not. And then too, there is some, competition from sister to sister. But overall, if you look back in our culture, some ancient pictures of us, we were always grand with the way we rock jewelries and rings and
Yes.
so it's still a part, it's still in our DNA. We ain't completely lost everything. We may have lost our language and what tribe we came from, but learning how to dance, we love the beat. All of that stuff is still in our DNA. The gold. I mean, I find it weird when I see a white man wearing a gold chain.
Tuh. A
It,
do rag too.
yeah, it don't look right. But when you guys do it, that shit look fly than a motherfucker. For real, straight up. Whether it has that thug type of mentality to it or not. White people just don't look comfortable wearing jewelry around their neck like that. So I'm saying all that to say, are we are losing our men to other race, and someone like Kaepernick that is standing up for the black race, even though he is mixed, is blowing me away because he's seen more black power than some of the darkest melanated brothers that's in the sports industry.
You know what I want to say, Sister Sci? And I know that this might upset some people, but I just want people to try to understand where I'm coming from when I say this. Now, you know the Rachel Dolezal situation.
Yes.
Now, she, pretended to be black, went and graduated from school and, all this and that. Now, what she did was wrong, acting like she was something that she wasn't. But on the flip side, look at all the shit that she did.
Mm.
More than she done more as a fake black woman than actual 100% concrete black women. Not taking that from the sisters, because I know there's some sisters out here that's doing their community work. They doing what they supposed to be doing. So I'm not talking about them. But it's more thoughts out here than actual black women actually doing things for the community. So I hope I don't upset nobody with me saying that, but I'm just making a point. This woman did more as a fake black woman than actual black women did.
But I have to say this, my brother, who's making us into being thoughts? Because when you look at the situation of a woman being a thought, and I was just talking to my twin empress about this tonight. We know someone that is being tossed around as a thought, but some of the conversation that got back was she wanted this person to be her man. So everything that happens to us as women and is being frowned upon, I have to blame the man for it too. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because Sinetta have said this a few times on his show. It's the black man fault why the black women is out there shaking her ass, wearing revealing clothes, feeling that she have to compete with other races of women, where the white women don't even have to compete with each other, and they're more um, showing more compassion to each other where they will speak. But sister to sister, we look at each other as competition, and then it's us against the world because we don't even have our black men by our side. So that word thought came from a black man. It didn't come from a loving man that loves black women and just want to wife her up. It came from the perspective of a man not respecting the black woman, and he came up with the word bot.
Okay, now, I mean, I'm gonna disagree with that on blaming the black man because, for instance, Sister Sasa, you ain't out here shaking your ass. You know, it's Saturday night. You know, you ain't out here shaking your ass up in the bar well, without a dime in your pocket, and you ain't got to worry about it because every nigga in the bar gonna buy you a drink. You know, Empress ain't out here like that. Uh, Sister True Royal ain't out there like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to me, that's an excuse because a lot of y'all sisters ain't out here like that. A lot of y'all sisters got enough common sense not to be out here like that because y'all know it's more out here than that. You get what I'm saying? All of y'all ain't out here running around, you know, twerking for box of Fruit Loops.
Mm. And I do understand what you're saying, brother.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
do.
You know, all of my sisters ain't out here doing that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's why I can't agree with, you know, it's a man's fault. Now, to a degree, I mean, you know, when people say a boy need his dad,
Hmm.
her father too.
Hmm.
And I will admit, some some of our black women has went astray because they didn't have a father in their life. I will say that.
Mm.
Just like a lot of our brothers out here is acting the way that they acting because they ain't got their fathers in their life.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, just for instance, I'm gonna talk about these young brothers running around here. You know, they get into an argument with you. You know, I'm an 80s baby. You probably a little bit older than me. So we come from that punch you in your mouth era, and that's that. These little cats, not only is they walking around with their 2-year-old daughter's jeans on, you get into an argument with them, you look at them crazy or something, they ready to blow your head off.
Mm.
And to me, that comes from being raised by a single mother that walk around with a chip on her shoulder. You know, some of these young brothers out here, they emotional and shit just like they mamas.
Mm.
But I'm gonna say, as far as the topic is concerned, I think that based on what's going on with Kaepernick and him taking a stand and do what he's doing, I think that women should deem this sexy. He should be on a lot of women's Instagrams, you know, as MCMs and all that. And I say that because women have to start expressing what qualities in a man makes him a certain way. Because a lot of times I hear superficial things being judged as something of importance, like how somebody just look or their body type or oh he got waves or he got braids or just some superficial labels.
I'm in
But
this
when a
bad
brother shows
relationship. I'm in this bad relationship because the dick is good. You know, I done heard that so many times that it done gave me a headache every time I hear it. Like, that's the only reason why you can stay with this brother is because of what he can perform in the bed.
But but
What
but
yeah,
but
what about his
but,
personality?
but
go
peep
ahead,
peep
Sapphire.
peep game what you just said. we are telling you why we're still in that relationship. So it's not that
Mhm.
we don't have a problem with communicating with you guys. It's almost like you guys have a problem with comprehending what we're really saying and reading in between the lines. These women don't want to be alone because they know once they're alone, it's going to take them a long time to try to find a man because you guys are passing us up for all of these other different races of women. And then the ones that do want to deal with some of these women, if they don't create no high standard because they're so afraid to be alone because they feel that they're going to die by themselves. You see what I'm saying? You got these women that would dumb down what they need in a man just to have some type of companionship. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even have any male friends because they all want to fuck me. Whatever happened to the days where I can just really have a male friend and say that's my homeboy? So I'm at a point where now I only have female friends because the man that make meet and I kind of realize he's not the one I need to be in a relationship with, then I have to put him in that homeboy category. And I would explain to him why, because after a while he will ask, well, why I'm not trying to allow him to take me out. And I let him know because I really don't look at you in that way. And then it can't even be that anymore. It's like black men these days have low tolerance just being the homeboy. I would respect that more than
That's
anything.
that's
I
true.
mean, you
That's
that's
very,
definitely
very
true.
true.
You know, because the
That's
black
true.
man don't understand that, you know, we need a lot more black women as our friends than than to have a nice time in the bed with. You know what I'm saying? I will admit that, as black men, we we don't we need more home girls like we had back in the day. Where the home girls in the clique wasn't nobody sleeping with them or nothing. They was just like the homies. And it was a respect level there.
Man, and because we lost that piece of it, even with the companionship with the brother, it got the women all fucked up, including myself. Not fucked up to the point where I'm out there having sex or anything like that, but it does make me at from time to time be like, well, god damn, what's wrong with even being a fucking homegirl and a homeboy to each other? You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you
Right.
have those type of relationships, it leads up to other relationships that you may not think it's around the corner, and you might just meet that guy and it might be his homeboy or some shit like that. And then because he's your homeboy, he's gonna be like, man, she's mad cool. I look at her as my sis, just don't fuck over her. That shit went a long way back in the day, but we lost that too.
It's true. That's
Now
true.
Right.
that's true, sci-fi. You know why? Because I was the type of guy that I hung out with a lot of females, and I still got a lot of female friends. And when I used to always be around them, my homeboys used to be like, "Yo, son, I know you doing such and such," and I'd be like, "Nah,
Hmm.
like it's not even that type of party." So you right about that too, but I think it starts. I think that stopped because the relating between men and women personally has stopped. With all of this internet shit, you don't have to meet nobody and talk to them no more.
Right.
Somebody in their inbox and think you know them.
Hmm.
So it's almost like we've been friends on Facebook for 3 years. Can I take you out? You know, it's not nothing real. It's not nothing that the woman can actually feel. She can't actually feel that energy from an inbox, nigga. So you right. Men definitely have to reclaim that friendship with our women because that
And,
gets
and,
women, it opens women up
Yeah,
to
can y'all hear
us
me?
more.
Can y'all hear me, family?
And
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
what's
Go
up,
ahead,
Sue?
sis.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the message, Queen. I just wanted to interject when I get a chance.
Since you're
No, you
breaking
can
up
go
real
ahead,
bad.
sis.
Oh, excuse me. Wait a minute. I can take care of that right now. How is that?
So y'all want to respond to that?
I'm
I
sorry.
want.
Can you just say just a little bit what you said in the end? Because when she said, "Can you hear me?" I didn't hear exactly what you said towards the end.
Okay, I was just saying that we definitely have to, reclaim that friendship with y'all because I can understand what you're saying as far as us, like we have a disconnect as far as friendship with women. But like I was saying, I think social media helped that a lot because now you
And
could
I'm
be.
gonna say it like this, bro. I gotta admit this. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can't blame women for the reason for men being like that, and I can't blame men for the reason that they all like that. I gotta blame the black man and the black woman because everything today is all about sex.
Mhm. Can y'all hear me now? I'm breaking up.
Still a little staticky, sis.
Okay, I'll get off. Come back on.
Okay.
You know, everything is evolved. Everything is about sex. I mean, bro, man, you look on Facebook, I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? These women be finer than hell. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I done seen some women that is attractive. They got a nice body and stuff. But see, they didn't show that shit. They didn't show the treasure too much and too often to the point to where if these women is scared these days to talk to a man, you know what I'm saying, because they think that automatically a man want them,
Mm,
but I have to say it like this. To me, judge how sexy a woman is, I gotta see you with basic clothes on. I gotta see you with basic shit on. I gotta
Mhm.
see you with
facts.
that fitted hat on sometime and stuff like that. To me, a woman that's dressed up, that's nice and all, but a black woman's true beauty to me comes out when she ain't got no makeup on, when she walking around the house with some trashy clothes on, and it make me and it make me want to tackle her.
Facts.
That sound like my
Yeah,
husband. I
that's
wanted to
true.
add. I wanted to add something here.
You
Me
could go ahead,
working.
sis.
Me working in the world of construction. I encountered a lot of men, and so I encountered the men that wanted to have sex with you, but I encountered a lot of men that earnestly wanted a friendship. So I got both dynamics. And something that I noticed, I'm now putting that to the side for a minute because I'm going to go real deep with you. I'm gonna come back to that. When a sister get to a point in her life where she goes celibate, she didn't try everything. She didn't try everything. She didn't gave it up. She didn't sat on it. She didn't do everything under the sun. And when she gets to that point, it's mental. It's all mental because she said this shit don't work. If I give it up, if I sit on it, if I do this and that, well, you know what? I'm gonna sit on it, and I'm gonna really slow down and check out the whole thing. And really, what I call it is a self-assessment of self. And you do. Even men need to do it. Your shit ain't gonna fall off. You really need to pull back on your sex and really see what the hell is going on. Because believe it or not, your sex life can get you in a lot of trouble. Because you're out there just thinking
Oh yeah.
you gotta drop it like it's hot, you know. And one thing that we need to go back to doing is telling our males and our females value your temple. I've been telling the kings Your seed is gold. You don't get that to anybody. We really got to get back to this, and it's our duty and it's our responsibility. Because I see our queen and her sister, she's talking about like what we see on the TV and all that. What we have ended up doing is we are mirroring the system, and that is a European standard that we have taken on, and then black folks, anything that we're gonna do it better than anybody. So we're gonna outsex people, outsex, showing our ass on the street, you know, all we are feeding into it. So you can't put it on the man, you can't put it on the woman. We all doing it. But as far as for a black woman, for some damn reason, we think we have to compete with each other. Um, as soon as we see an attractive sister, I don't like her. Um, I had my mom. I speak of my mom a lot. My mom was highly attractive, like sci-fi. It was fucking ridiculous what my mother had to go through. People do not know highly attractive women, and that's not to knock a woman that's not highly attractive. But I'm talking about highly attractive women. They get hurt the most. They the
Yeah,
loneliest. They the loneliest.
yeah, a lot of the good looking women lower self esteem ever.
Mm-hmm. And it's a sad thing. And then you got women hating on you. You got men trying to go up in you, and it's like, damn, I'm a person. I got feelings. Do you want to talk to me? And so eventually she'll get to the point. She said, you know what? I'm shutting this down. I got to really find out what's going on. And really what you're
We
trying to
can't
do.
we can't even we can't even come over to y'all's house these days and watch a movie
Uh-uh.
and then go home.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? We can't even take y'all out to eat and have a good conversation and then take y'all home and then we go on about our business without the thought of sex coming through our minds. Sex has taken over everything,
Mm-hmm.
bro. It's crazy. And I'm gonna say it like this: when you talked about sis about the Europeans, see
Mm-hmm.
them white people, and see this is just my opinion. When we think about homosexuality and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
the white man was doing that shit. We wasn't doing that
No.
shit.
No.
Threesomes and swinging and all that other type of corny shit. We wasn't doing that shit. We was seeing that shit. The white man doing that dumb shit on porn, and then our goofy asses, we started doing the shit. But we got the nerve to turn around and say that the white man, that white boys and girls want to be like us. But if I look at it these days, the way I look at it, us black folks, we want to be like white people.
Okay,
Shit.
but you
Hey,
know,
hey, peace, everybody. Okay, I just gotta say this. I'm sorry. Peace, everybody. DS1, peace, salute, General,
How you doing, Chief?
boss, True Royal, love you, Queen, Sci-Fi. I just gotta say this. Sex is wonderful. Sex is a beautiful thing. Um, I think that it's something that's natural. It's something that life is great. You know what I'm saying? And procreation is great. And I think that we are. I don't know. It almost, I think that we shame something that is a beautiful thing. A woman, black women especially, y'all are just beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that brothers should have a certain type of protocol or something, even when you are admiring a sister, even I absolutely agree with that. But I just think that we put too much European value system on sex. Sex is great. Sex is on the glyphs. Sex is in paintings. Sex is everywhere. Sex is how everybody got here. And please believe me, if you're a normal person, you want to have sex tonight. It's just what it is. So I don't understand. Like that's just my take on it, whatever. And I think that we have let the Europeans pervert it and turn it into white sex. Now there is a difference, but positions when it comes to how to have sex or whatever, we are the creators of sex. We created everything. So I just think that we got to put a different commentary, different narrative on sex, man. Everybody loves sex. And also I wanted to know, do we think that because of the numbers that we do have a disproportionate amount of sisters that might be lonely and maybe even have because of how society looks and shit. Though you don't have a man, and you know what I'm saying, blah 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 blah. That they might have a European on not only black men, but just black families in general. Just you know what I mean. Can we account some of the stuff that we've been taught?
But we've been
You
hearing
know what I'm
that for
saying
years,
to
Can
some
I
of
answer
Chief.
us.
that, please?
Yeah,
Huh?
go ahead.
Yeah,
Can I
Go ahead,
absolutely.
respond
Safa.
to that, please?
Go ahead, Safa.
Okay. I totally agree with Chi because I was just about to say the same thing. I don't see nothing wrong with having too much sex. I think sex was it's natural and that's how we got here. So you know how they say too much anything is not good for you. I don't believe that that statement should be applied to everything. You have married couple that has been married for 50 years and maybe once a week they still have sex depending on their age. So with that being said, we had adopted the white man theory, lifestyle, and it stripped us from our culture even when it comes to sex. I believe back then when we were not kidnapped and brought to this country because some of us was already here because this is our land too. When a man have sex with a woman, that was his woman,
Hmm.
and I think that's how our African men back then end up having multiple wives. And if something happened to that man and he's no longer with us, then it's up to another man in a different tribe or maybe the same tribe to marry some of that ex-man wives or something like that and
Uh-huh.
be a part of another family. So I don't see anything wrong with sex. And I just want to make that clear. But what's going on here with us since we've been kidnapped and we've been stripped from our culture is almost to the point where our black men are numb and they don't want to come back to reality. When a man and a woman give each other time to get to know each other, that automatically open up the possibility of having a sexual relationship. And with a woman, when we give up our sex, we're doing it with the intent of a relationship
Hmm.
more so than what a man does. And it seemed like now that men understand that, they use the European state of mind to lie to us and make it seem like they want to have more than a relationship with us. You know what I mean? With the intent of that. But it end up being when that woman gives it up, then that's when you get called a thought or you ain't shit or whatever the situation may be. But that woman is not really being respected. So it's almost like that European state of mind have wired our black men because back then you guys wasn't doing us like that. You understood if you in between a black woman leg and that's heaven, then you're going to do whatever you can to get back to heaven. So it's like we lost that. And I have been saying this since rap music was invented and it turned into gangster rap. It just turned you guys further away from us because now it's like we're not being looked at as kings and queens. And if we are, it's a few groups. But the majority of our black men, they don't look at us as beauty. So it's
I understand.
so we
I agree with
got to
you,
be
but we,
rewired.
I want to
go ahead.
interject once y'all finish. I'm gonna tell
You
y'all
know,
something.
I agree with you, Six. You know, the gangster rap took us to another level. But at the same time, I don't remember in their asses in the Two Live Crew videos and concerts. Them wasn't nuns. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And far as sex, I understand what you and Chief saying. Sex is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Sex is a part of life, but
Hmm.
it's more to life than. s- than sex. It's way more to life than that, and that's what a lot
No,
of
it's not.
people don't understand. The life than sex, bro.
I wanted to
That
add
that's
something.
that's
It's, there's no
that's
life without
why
I
we
sex.
say
living in a
something real
time.
quick,
There's no life without sex, brother. There's
I
real
Can y'all
no
quick.
hear me?
I
absolute no life
I
without
never
sex.
said, but see, I never said that. All I'm saying is that I agree that's something that we need and consume us. Is more to life than that. And that's why
Yeah,
we living in times that we in now where everything's evolved around sex. You
Yes.
can't even get you can't even get a woman to to look half decent these days.
that's true.
Every time you turn around, they got to show their ass. They gotta, they got to show
I like
cleavage, and I
that.
know that I know that that's why and stuff like that for y'all women to wear and stuff like that. But everything ain't got to be revealing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black
Man, they can
man.
walk around this
You
motherfucker naked, as far as I'm concerned. All y'all can walk around this
you
bitch
won't.
naked.
Nah,
How about
see,
that?
yo, Chief, see, this is my thing. I don't have a problem with sex at all. I love sex actually, but my thing is, I think the problem lies in the ethics. We has lost our ethics. So I think a lot of sex that a lot of black people are having is demoralizing. It's the sex that we're having is not helping us. It's
Mm-hmm.
not healing us. If
right.
sex is supposed to be what it's for, it's not doing what it's for because we're we're unethical now.
Mm-hmm.
We're having sex with women because our dicks are hard.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You understand? We're not. There's no relating, like sci-fi said. See, the friendship when you develop a friendship with a woman, and I've done this, and have sex with them after that, the
Mm-hmm.
sex is much powerful,
It is.
and it's because when y'all doing it, it's like all of those thoughts of what y'all shared is all intertwined into what y'all doing. So I think
That's right.
we've lost ethics as black people. We don't know how to treat each other no more. That's
Uh-huh.
why
We
we
ain't
have
even,
demoralizing sex.
we
Can
don't
y'all
even
hear
got
me?
to be in. We don't have to be in love with
Yeah,
each
we can
other
hear
no
you,
more to
sis.
have
Yeah, we
sex.
can hear you.
Oh, I wanted to ask something. I won't give too many
Go ahead,
details,
sis.
boss. I won't give too many details, but I
Go
have to
ahead,
admit
sis.
this. When I met my husband, he did something to me different. He asked me to hold him, and I said, "What?" That took me to the left, and he's 10 years older than me. And when he met me, I was at work, looking busted, no lipstick, do rag, work suit. So I was looking like dating material, but he was interested in me.
Looking like my man from CNC Factory, huh?
Yeah, yeah, I had to get my work on. I had to get my work on. But what shocked me was, and I was celibate.
I'm gonna get you, boss.
Yeah, he a mess with them names. What shocked me was the man asked me to hold him, and I was sitting up there thinking, I hope he don't expect anything to me, and my insides relaxed, and I kind of looked at him weird, and I'm like, he want me to hold him and hug him. That took it to a whole different level. So DS1, what he's talking about is true. Once you really get to know a person, the sex gonna fall into play. Because black folks, we're attracted to each other. We are so good looking. Goodness. I look at us sometimes and go, damn, we look good. But then we got to value that too. We have to fully understand who we are. Do you know who you are?
I got something to respond to that though.
Let me
When it
say, let
comes
me
to
finish. Okay, let me finish
okay,
that real quick.
okay, go ahead.
You got to really know who you are. We are the chosen ones. We are despised. The black woman is the most what they call that, immolated woman around the earth. The white man can't stand this the energy of a black man, and we have been beat down so much we don't even know how we shine. And we're going to have to really get back to the kingdom and really have value for ourselves and not, I'm going to go back again to this damn rotten ass system. Stop mirroring this system because we are degrading ourselves. And once you really hook up whoever you hook up with, get that sex in like it ain't never been before. But if you do it the cheap way, you're going to have a short relationship. You're not going to have no. It's like y'all know me and my husband is a mess. Boss can tell you we still have that passion, we still have that fire. But what it is we respect each other. We really do.
Oh,
And I want us to get back to that so bad.
that's dope. And you can definitely teach them that because 17 years is definitely a long
18
period of
now,
time.
18.
18. I'm sorry. Salute to you and your king. That's what's up. Hey, but here's the thing though, Queen. And this is just the only question that I ask sisters. Do you want to be a wife or concubine?
Right.
That's the bottom line. I mean, in this day and time or whatever, like I said, we got to talk
But
about.
you can be all of that in a marriage. I mean, if it depends on, see what it is y'all what y'all worried about. I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all worried about that sex getting real deep. And that's where it takes two people communicating and say, okay, so what am I tonight? I'm your, is this gonna be a booty call? We gonna make mad patient love?
I feel you, Queen, but let
All
him
that.
finish because he was about to
Hey,
hit on
yeah, but
something.
yeah, but when we talk about that though, you know what I'm saying? What's the difference if you got a husband, let's say for instance, that takes care of you at home, but he goes out and he has other chicks that he's sleeping with and he's also taking care of or whatever, and you don't know nothing about him. You feel me? I'm saying, what's the difference between a woman that has knows her husband is doing that, and but it's Tuesday night and it's wife number three and wife number four is night. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different dynamics that we're talking about. I'm saying that we're gonna have to get back to some type of African way of thinking and not the European way of thinking about sex, about if you're a man, I think that you should be able to, if you can handle more than one wife, I think you should be able to do that. And technically, like the sister said, once you have sex with a woman, brothers, that's your wife. What is all of that? So you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. I don't know so, what it is. Yeah, but that's what I asked the sisters though. Do you conduct yourself as a wife or a concubine? And and it's kind of gonna go from there. That's not. And I teach,
Cause
if we teaching sisters, that's little sisters. I'm teaching them to be a wife. I'm not teaching them to be concubine. So whatever, however, sex or whatever, that's another conversation. When we talking about the morality of our community. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be white standards at all. And a lot of times, even pro-black people that are talking about, they're good intentions. They talking about black power, black power, black power, and all this other stuff, but they still have a white man's viewpoint on black people.
or sleeping with the white man or woman, but talking
Oh, that's even
black
worse.
shit. That's it, bro. I
That's even worse.
can't.
That's even worse. That's a great
I
subject right
can't.
there,
I
bro.
can't respect no punk sucker. You know what I'm saying? I can't respect no suck ass nigga. You have no opinion. You have nothing to say to me about white man or the white woman or the pale face, this, that, and the third. But when you done talking to the black community, hyping us up for black power, you leave us, and then you go and then you go get in the bed with a white bitch.
Wow.
Tyrese,
Hey, that
I
was
want
Frederick
Tyrese,
Douglass. Hey, that was
wow.
Frederick
Ask
Douglass.
Tyrese.
True, I want to ask True Royal a question though. Sis,
Yes.
do you think our brothers and sisters are do you think they know or they're conscious enough to think that the way they're dating is not an African culture way of dating?
I don't think we're fully conscious of that. We're just out there living life. A lot of us don't even fully realize just the everyday black man and woman, we are unusual. Okay. So you got to realize that first and foremost. But just the everyday black man and woman, they're not, they don't even realize what has been taken from them. They just out there like robots damn near. I really don't. I really, we are unusual for even us even being aware of this, even talking about this. This is not the average conversation. So the people
Well,
that
I'm gonna ask.
okay,
I'm gonna ask y'all sisters something. Do y'all feel that the average woman's requirements in a man is superficial?
Say that again, bro.
I said, I want to ask the ladies, do y'all feel that the average woman's requirements from a man is superficial?
that's again another European standard. Each woman is different. I mean, the way that I think,
I'm saying, I'm
I know where you're
saying for
coming
you,
from. Yeah, for me, no, I didn't have those expectations of a black man because a black man raised me and gave me really deep insight on what was really going on. You got to realize the environment that I came up under.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, bro. You know, sis went to prom with Chuck Berry.
let's go, let's go, let's go. But no, I didn't have those type of expectations. Even I made my mistakes. Who ain't shit? Uh, but still, even with
Hey,
all of that,
hey,
go ahead, Queen.
yeah, go ahead.
Well, I wasn't raised by a man. I didn't meet my father until I was at the age of 25. So
Oh
I,
wow.
yeah, I found him. But I had a hard time dealing with relationship because my son father was madly in love with me, and he saved my life. He helped make me into the woman that I am today. With that being said, I just had to learn, like, keep bumping my head and stuff, and then realizing I may have let some good ones go. You know, I can't really say that that was the case with me and my son's father. I'm gonna be honest, he cheated on me and gave me STD while I was pregnant with my son. So that's why I
Oh.
broke it off with him. But if that wasn't the case of me being pregnant and having STD, yeah, I would have married him because I was engaged to him, you know. So that kind of set me off too into low self-esteem. And then what I went through as a little girl growing up, it fucked me up because I knew he loved me, and he asked his grandmother to adopt me. So that's why I said he saved my life, because he saw that I was in a lot of pain, and I guess he kind of knew that, well, if I don't try to save Sai, then she's not going to be here that long. I think he saw that in me, that where I didn't even realize that. So to answer your question, DS1, I made a lot of mistakes, and I'm not perfect or anything, but now that I am more conscious, it's like I refuse to go down that road again. I have some good expectations that I want in a man. And I refuse just to dumb myself down just to have some type of companionship.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. It's very
And
important.
I asked that, because what I noticed, I'm only 31, I'm young,
Ooh,
but
y'all
I
young.
noticed,
Jeez.
so I asked that because I noticed a lot of women, they don't find intangible qualities in men attractive. They don't find protection attractive.
Hmm.
I'm talking about most women of today. They don't find a man that smells good attractive. They don't find a gentleman attractive. They
Hmm.
find all the shit opposite to what I just named attractive.
Hmm.
Gangsters, musty niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I give them all that.
Damn.
These are the qualities that a lot of our women are dealing with. And I hear a lot of our women saying that they don't want that, but how do you always end up with it if that's not what you want? And that's why I asked earlier, You know, why isn't women making dudes like Colin Kaepernick they MCM? This man represents manhood, rebellion, revolution. He represents that. He
Right.
represents that man, that quintessential
Mm.
man, or that strong man that our women is calling out for.
Mm.
But Young Thug is still y'all MCMs. You know, the Wiz Khalifa is still MCM, not Colin Kaepernick, a man who's fighting against the white supremacist system. That's not attractive to our women. Freedom fighting is not attractive to our women. So it's not that a lot of us, it's not that us as men are giving up on y'all. It's just that a lot of shit that men have to offer nowadays, certain type of men, is not attractive to certain type of women.
But women can say the same thing too.
That's
They
Bro,
true.
let me tell you, for instance, bro, let me tell you this crazy shit that happened. Me and my man had got off of work and we had went up the street, you know what I'm saying, to the store. And it was payday. So we walk up in there, you know, we got our hard hats on and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And my man was popping his check and a couple females had came into the store. So he went, and this is no lie, y'all. He walked up to the one of the women, you know, dirty as hell and all, you know, trying to talk to her. And said, nigga, I don't want you. Look at you.
wow.
He pulled out his pay stub and pointed it in her face. He said, you should, and then walked off.
That's
And it
cold.
was just crazy. And it was just crazy that you don't want to talk to this brother. You know, he looking dirty and stuff like that, but you see he's neither going to work or he coming from work.
Yes. Yes.
Hard
Yes.
work is not honored no more.
Yes. I feel,
It's
y'all
not
see,
attractive.
y'all touching a chord with me because I seen my husband at his lowest point, and I seen that man with no cars, catching the bus to work in his construction clothes, work 12 hours, walking sideways down the street. You can't help. I fall in love with stuff like that, man, because I know he had to
That's
start
what's
back
up.
over, and I do feel you, but again, and I'm not making an excuse. Those folks that you're talking about, they think like Europeans. That we ain't got back to that old fashioned way where we want to take our if it's a father at home or a male that's over a female, concerned about everything in her life, want her to make good choices, not taking your you meet a guy. I did it with my father. When he met my husband, I let my father meet my husband. And you would think, okay, this is marriage number 2 for her. What would she care? I'm wife number 4. And if I told y'all his story, but the boss know, I can't put our business out there, you would shake your head what that man been through. So some of those things that DS1 is talking about is true. It's true. I seen to be on the other side of this, where this man has children, and I've seen what he's did with his children, and I've seen how he's been treated and everything else. It gave me a whole different perspective because I had the same attitudes too. All these men, they ain't taking care of their kids, blah blah blah. And then to see the opposite side of this, and him being genuinely concerned, and also seeing his daughter's date. And now I will tell y'all this one. My husband has a daughter. He has identical twins, and one of the daughters been married twice to the same dude. He caught that dude fucking in the garage at our house. She's still with him. He didn't gave her venereal disease twice. He didn't had a baby on her, and she's still with him. And now she's pregnant, and I pray to God this girl don't die because she's not well. And I told my husband, I said she's trying to hold on to this dude so hard that she's willing to have a baby. She's willing to die to have a baby for him because she's morbidly obese and diabetic and all the different health issues and stuff like that. And my husband has gotten to a point where he's almost numb because he's trying to guide his daughters. They don't want to hear shit he got to say. They say he old fashioned, he's hardcore, he's this and that. He said, I want to see them motherfuckers. You my daughters. They don't want to hear nothing he got to say.
Do y'all
Can I
remember
say
that when
something?
y'all, do y'all remember when we couldn't even come and pick
Yo,
y'all
boss.
up?
Yo, boss. Let's sci-fi say something real quick, bro.
Yeah, I could definitely relate to Queen what she said because my ex-husband was catching a bus too.
Mm, mm-hmm,
And he was on unemployment
mm-hmm,
when we hooked up. Um and I really had his back and I upgraded him. But the reason we're not together to this day because the motherfucker never had my back.
mm-hmm.
He didn't have my back with his family. He didn't have my back when it came to situations I was dealing with at work. He used to heavily criticize me. And then I realized that I needed to get out the marriage because I told him, you reminded me of my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't have that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's heavy.
So I was one of those ladies that didn't really care if you didn't have a car. If you had good conversation and I see potentials in you and you were just happen to be down on your luck, then yeah, we can still work on it because I just know right now you're just going through the changes. It happens from time to time. You see what I'm saying? But I just didn't want to just throw him away like all the other average women do to this day.
And that's honorable, sis. And that's why I honor y'all sisters because what y'all doing is y'all are being the examples of the change. Just like us brothers gotta be. We gotta be the examples of, the new paradigm that we trying to push. Because we have to, our young girls have to know that they must, honor the intangibles in a man, not the tangible shit, but the intangibles. Our daughters need to know that, but they need to hear that from the women. So, I'm not trying to put the women on trial, but that's just my point, that I'm trying to make. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Go
I
ahead, bro.
remember the days where, don't y'all remember the days when us men, we wasn't no pulling up in the driveway, blowing the fucking horn. We had to actually get out the car and go knock on the door and get the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Still should. I believe in chaperoning, but like I said once before, I believe in arranged marriages. We are building dynasties, and that means when you're linking up bloodlines, you're doing it for business ties. Marriages are business ties, so I think that we're gonna have to start thinking like that as Black people. Um, and yeah, I do believe that men will have to set the tone for what we accepting in our community. You know what I'm saying? Not shaming the sisters or nothing like that or whatever, but this is what we accepted, and this is the new norm. What's been presented. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you guys a perfect example. When I speak to some sisters, and let's just say the sister's not attractive at all, right? Peace, queen, how you doing? Don't even look at you, look away, and keep going. And I see my feelings used to get hurt, but I thought about it, I said, well, that sister's hurting and some other situations or whatever. So you know what I'm saying. So for me, I try not to, as a Black man, ever, ever blame for what's going on in these conditions, what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because even with that situation right there, I look at it like even some of the things I did in past relationships, if I wouldn't have done those things, even take it even further. If my father would have been a man that didn't want to run and chase other women, because a lot of guys know this. This is a social norm for us. That oh, the guy that got a whole bunch of women and he the man. And I know all if we was just all guys listening, we know that to be true. That's just how it is. So another perfect example, brother polite. People know that he's a scumbag, right? But people still fuck with him because he has wives. Any man that has wives, that's fly. That's some fly shit. You know what I'm saying? And then the little money to go with that or whatever, because you gotta have money to have wives. Else the get them shoes, bags, all this other shit, fly shit, or whatever. That's fly. That's the pop culture. That's the European way of thinking. So that's what I seen was going wrong with the brother. Not the
Hmm.
wives. He introduced the European culture
Hmm.
into African culture. Not the
But
polygamy
Chief,
part of it,
Chief,
because that's fly.
Chief,
You know what I'm saying? I love that part.
you touched on
Yes,
something
ma'am.
real deep, Chief. Now I never thought I would get to this point in my life, but I guess age and seeing stuff will change your mind on certain things. I'm slowly but surely in agreement with you about arranged marriage because I'm looking at the utter demise of our community and how quickly we are descending and detaching and going your own way or whatever the hell people call themselves doing. And we need to preserve what we have. That's why this even this that's why even this empowerment conference is very important. This is our utter survival. You know, it's so many different things that we have to do collectively in this war, and that's another one too that I can see us getting to that point where we're getting ready to start going back to arranged marriages to preserve what we have. I see us getting ready to start. More of us are homeschooling our children because we're realizing that we delivered our babies to the enemy. It's a lot of different dynamics, but right now we're just talking about relationships. But we gotta preserve what we have. We gotta invest in our people. We we have to. We have because I'm fully committed in any way that I can possible. I'm not one of these people that just talk. I will roll up my sleeves and do what I have to do. But as I'm at 51 years old saying, oh my goodness, um, I have to admit it, my youngest son, he don't date black girls. His girlfriend is Filipino and Samoan mixed. And I sit there and I wondered, what did I do for my son to get turned off from black girls? It just makes you wonder, to be raised up in the type of family that he's raised up in.
I
Well,
mean,
that's deep.
sis, we can roll our sleeves up just like we was talking about this Colin Kaepernick situation.
Hmm.
You know, there's there's brothers and sisters like you and Sasai and Impy and you know, y'all rolling y'all sleeves up,
Hmm.
but y'all getting spit on and dogged and talked shit upon from your own people doing this shit.
I know.
And it's wrong.
Well, all we can do about that, boss, is have people like y'all step in to look after our sisters like that, and then the sisters that are out there really trying to do the right thing, and we have to embrace each other. I've embraced it. Sci-fi. She's looked after me. The Empress has looked after me. Um, it's even sisters in the comment box who have looked after me. We can only band with the sisters that's really going to be real. Because some people really don't fully believe that you are really a good, nice, decent person. They want to think the worst of you. And
Right.
I'm a firm believer in over time my bullshit will rise to the surface. You can't keep up this facade forever. And then people want to say, "Oh, there ain't no way that somebody want to do something nice for the community and stuff like that, or look after the community. Or why is that person giving out gifts? What they trying to do? They trying to get friends? No, we ain't doing that. We was doing that before we even got on fucking social media. That's what they don't know.
Like I said, damn if we do, damn if we don't,
Yeah.
sis. When us black folks sit around and we don't do shit, then we got other black folks, crying, doing the Watusi, talking about we don't care about the black rich man don't care about us. But when they do, when we got brothers, whether they rappers, play sports or whatever, that come out and speak, what's the first thing we say? Oh, they got a new album out, so they only trying to get some attention. Or we get to looking at they criminal records. A lot of us got that white man's mentality that I'm really starting to notice. So soon as it come to a brother or sister, they looking at your background.
That was said on Dynasty tonight. I was shocked when Homeboy said what he said. Aunt said, I said, no, Aunt didn't say that. That
I would
happened.
like to. I would like to say something.
Yes,
Go
Queen.
ahead, sis.
Um, I think it will be a good idea. I think what Boss said, arranged marriage, because I'm not. I this is when you said that, it made me remember. We always been saying we should be open to have men should have multiple wives when it comes to us, but I haven't heard anyone said arranged marriages. And I
Hmm.
guess what I touched on earlier in this conversation was I don't have a homeboy. You know what I mean? And I was saying a homeboy sometimes be the ones that hook you up in a arranged relationship. But it could lead up to arranged marriage if you look at it from that perspective. So I think maybe if we can try to push that more on our shows, it can kind of leave everyone open to ideas. Because so
Hmm.
everybody knows someone that's single within their group.
Yes.
And you're
Right.
friends and you communicate with each other. So that's what we used to do back in the 90s into 2000. But it's just like now, it shit just went away. It's obsolete. It's like dinosaur now. But you have these other cultures that's still doing it.
They preserve. That's again going back sci-fi to what I was just saying. They preserving their culture by having the arranged marriages. Because I used to be totally against it, but I'm seeing how we're descending from each other. We're gonna have to preserve each other.
Yeah,
Peace,
cause sis, you
JT.
remember I told you, I told you how Steph Curry and his wife, well, I think, but I think that their marriage was arranged because
It
they
was.
both come from out them believers churches.
Yeah,
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 I remember you
that's
telling
true.
me that.
Yeah, it's true because a lot of moments, a lot of people don't understand that the Mormon community, that's what they come from. They want to hit it so much because under this political regime of the United States government, they have been protected. So you got a lot of so-called black
What's that
people,
noise?
especially,
Got an
they have
echo, bro.
established themselves be part of that. So so when you join the European regime, when you go for sports, entertainment, whatever it is,
What is that? We got echo.
Somebody got an echo.
Is somebody playing with a rat or something?
no, not me.
Was that JT's phone?
No, not
It
me.
wasn't. It wasn't. Okay.
So so they established themselves. So when the slave owner says you need to be quiet, you better be quiet. So a lot of we practicing that.
But as far as arranged marriages, I definitely agree with that, to some extent, but I feel like honestly, I live in a small town in North Carolina, and my 11-year-old son, he go to school with majority white kids. And I ask my son all the time, do you like white girls? And I ask him that not to be funny, but it's a reality. My son goes to school with mostly white girls. So what do I do if my son come home and say, Dad, my girlfriend is white? Do I condemn him? Do I teach him to be pro-black? Yes. Is he pro-black? Yes. Sometimes I have to check him because sometimes he be wanting to say stuff out of turn. But we have to deal with the fact that, from our children's perspective, they might not see the world that the way we see it. And I just want to ask everybody on the panel, how would you feel, in sci-fi, you stated you had a son too. How would you feel if your son came home with a white girlfriend?
Well, I want to be the first to speak on that.
Okay, go ahead, sis.
Well, I have four children. They're all adults, and one of them did come home with a white boy. And I ain't seen that child in 7 years. But the difference with my daughter is the man is 53 years older than her, and she has four kids. I've never seen the children, don't know the children's name, and she was involved in a cult church. So naturally, yes, I was pissed about the white boy situation and then his old dusty ass. And I know why my daughter was doing it because she never did like my beliefs. But the thing that wigged me out was you couldn't get a better child. Out of all of my children, she was a very, very good child. But I didn't know she had. It started to surface over time. She started to display her disdain for me being so militant and so pro-black. I don't know nothing else, family. Y'all have to understand the environment I was raised in. I'm just a product of my environment. So my mother was a Panther. I never told y'all that my father was not a Panther. But my father and mother, they divorced when I was young, but my father supported what my mother was doing. So I was so entrenched with it. But one thing that I did ask my children, did I impose my will on them? They said no. We had all type of friends. But it took my own other children to tell me they seen this coming. So yeah, it made me question what did I do? You know? And the situation got so bad that she was willing to bring harm on both sides of the family. My side of the family and her father's side of the family to be with this man. And I cannot convey to you, after you done gave birth to a child and you done raised them and always had them close to you, that you have to take your hands up off of them because of some of the choices that they make to literally to the detriment of the family. Wasn't it easy? I think I fought with it for like 3 years. I felt like something was stripped from me. I felt like killing him. I felt a lot of rage within. So I had to come to terms with it. I had to come to terms with it. I do want to see my daughter. I miss her.
Wow,
Damn,
sis.
sis.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. What
See, in
I
my
can say is that
family, we ain't allowed to fuck with cave beasts in my family, bro. You know, back in '92, one of my cousins from Columbus, had came down for the weekend with this white bitch, bro. Man, my grandmother and them, they cooked for her the whole weekend. They was nice to the white bitch and shit like that. Come Monday, get the phone call this whole time that this white bitch was down here with our family, with our cousin. Out the whole time she was married, and when they went back to Columbus, she told her husband that my cousin had kidnapped her for the weekend and shit. Man, my cousin did like a dime and some change behind that shit. So ain't no fucking with no white women over in
Wow.
my family.
Wow. What about you,
yeah,
Safa?
White women.
huh?
How you feel about that, Safa?
Well, I can relate to Queen because I did raise my son with the rhetorics of militant and shit like that. And I don't know, it's just seemed like I noticed if parents raise their kids or in the environment of pro-black, those be the ones that end up dating outside their race.
Mm,
I don't know what
mm.
it is, but if you
Hmm.
don't talk about the shit, then your kids are the one that's coming to you saying, "Man, we've been lied to, mama." You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So my son have friends that are white, and I just can't say nothing about it because at the end of End of the day, it's his life. It's a possibility he might come home with a white girl. It's a possibility. I don't know, but I did tell him if he date us or if I have a grandbaby outside of the race, I would make his wife be my best friend. But I don't want to be all in their business like that. So I don't mean it in that sense. But I just want him to know that he don't have to be afraid to, let me know that he's gonna be a father. I don't have any grandkids now, but I'm just talking in the future. But I just wanted him to know that because he knows that I'm kind of like on the radical side too, and from time to time he'll be like, not all white people, like, you know what I mean? So I try not to even debate him or go into any type of rant of why I say what I say because I just don't want to I don't want him to feel that he can't tell me that he's in love with a white woman at the end of the day. But if he is, she will know that I'm pro black. You know what I mean? And that conversation I would have outside of him.
That's deep.
What about you,
Yeah.
JT?
Well, I dealt with that 2015. My youngest godson, he came to Virginia to talk to me with his older brother. He said, I got something to rap for you about. I said, nah, just drop it on me. He said, I like this white woman, and I know that how you feel about it. So I said, you know what? You're gonna pay for this taxi, and we're gonna go to this restaurant, and we're gonna rap about this. And so the father was there, and me, and his older brother, also my godson. And he said, just lead the discussion. So I said, my stance on it. He said, I understand that. I said, how do she treat you? He said, just exactly as you taught me years ago. So why are you telling me this? I don't know. I just want to get what you're saying. I said, understand this. White people and other nationalities under umbrella of white supremacy has oppressed us for centuries. So you got to look at the trend and understand that they under the regime. Only just matter modified. And to understand that the black woman is the queen. I want you to understand it loud and clear. So after that, he said, my godfather, I make my decision. I don't want to be with that. I want to be with the struggle of our people globally. So that's enough of that.
Okay. I asked this question because when I was in college, I used to hang out with a group of females, and I was the pro-black dude. And back then I was a lot younger, so I was a lot more reckless. I would do a lot more reckless behavior, with my pro-blackness. And what my homegirl used to say, she used to say, you hate white people so much, that's why your son gonna grow up and marry a white girl. And I didn't think about what she really said to me at that point, But because I didn't have children then. But once I did, and my son started to get older, and I pay attention to what he likes and what he finds to be cool and what he's into, it's not the quote unquote normal, black young man type of thing. He likes the alternative types of things. Like he like rap music. He just started getting into rap because when he was young, I ain't really let him listen to it. But he has a lot of views that's different from other black kids. So it just made me start to think like, damn, could I be too pro-black? Or should I restructure the way I I give it to my sons, because they're living in a world where it's 6 degrees of separation. It's like I could tell my son who the white race is and what they're about. But if he find a white boy that he deem his friend, should I make him disown his friend? I just want to be a bit more real with our conversations, because a lot
Right.
of times I think we could get off
Hey,
into being more zealous.
well, yeah.
We
Well,
need to
but
be
you,
more
Well,
real
let
and
me
practical with things.
yeah let me answer the first part of it, right? And everything that the brother said is definitely is right and exact, right? But I think that we got to approach this with just the truth, right? I, perfect example. All other races don't seem to have a different people, like say Africans that come here. And I'm just saying that so we can understand, people from the continent, Asians that come here, whatever. They don't have a problem with identifying with who's on their team and who they should be dating. So I think that if we explore, for example, you say, son, listen, like white people, you could be respectful and cordial, whatever, whatever. But this is why you should know that they are the enemies and your mortal enemies, and they hate you.
Mm-hmm.
And you give them a series of questions to ask this cracker,
Mm-hmm.
and that cracker is going to answer the question exactly the way you know they're going to answer it, because they can't answer no other way because they're evil. And
Yes.
these are just facts. And most children will not understand this until they get out of high school. Right after
Mm-mm.
graduation, boom, they see that their white friends don't fuck with them no more. That's the
Yeah.
first thing, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I got a 22-year-old and I got a 2-year-old. So I see the mistakes that I made with my 20-year-old. You dig what I'm saying? Just based off of how I approached it. You know what I'm saying? As being a militant, I didn't break it down. This is the reason why. These are the reason why you don't do these things. This is why you should not be friends with these people. And then she
Mm-hmm.
didn't find out until after graduation.
You see,
You
that's
dig what I'm saying?
uh,
So
Chief. I want to build off of you because that's how my father taught me.
absolutely.
I cannot convey to y'all. This man was so adamant about me knowing about this system and knowing his people. Literally, to the day he died, he was still teaching me. He said, everything that I'm going to teach you, you can etch it in stone about these people. And every time I go against my father's word, I fucks up. And he's gone. He's gone. And he never stopped. So I never had any I wasn't I was very aware of who and what I was, even though I had things to learn, but I knew not to trust them hunkies. I don't care. I don't care what anybody say. You never know when they're gonna flip. And I can understand what people saying that, your children, they're gonna make their choices. And no, you shouldn't change your love for your child. But after I went through what I went through with my daughter, and I see she was willing to, it was really the detriment to both sides of the family. That wasn't an easy choice. Because this dude was provoking family members. And I had to tell my ex-husband and my husband, you keep your hands up off of him, you let her go. Because I can't let two sides of the family get locked up over some foolishness over this white boy. And
And
it
that's
is our duty. And I want to say one more thing. It is our duty and responsibility to teach our children, even when they adults, about this system and these hunkies. And don't sell them no fantasy. You come to them as hardcore as my father came. I thank him for it. I really do, because I don't think I would be in the mindset that I am now.
Yeah, I know that for me, this JT Blackness, I did a video that it says all of us, and I encourage anybody on the panel to check it out. Um, when my father was young in Georgia, he had his older best friend named Oliver. He one of the first black men that fought in the early 1900s, fought in the French War and on the war of the United States. And one night he became missing. You know, he had uniforms like decorated like a Christmas tree, like 4 medals that he won. So they were playing horseshoes. Now, if you know back then, even if you take a look of a white woman, you get hanged. So one time he came missing like 2, 3, 4 days, and they found him in the next town hanged
Wow.
in his uniform,
Mm.
and come to find out it was a lie. Now
Damn.
his wife came depressed and she killed herself over that. And I could tell you like this, what my father tell me the story when I was 12. It became a lasting effect on him. And so he never trusts white people. So by learning of the Black Panthers when I was 6, and still learn about Africa and the oppression of us as a people globally. And plus, when my father told me the story when I was 12, I have actually seen the effect of what my father became. And so, what I get from it now, we got to be very vigilant to tell the truth to our young people, and plus have a reminder of us as a people. That's what I get from it. And we have to non-stop. That's my thought.
I agree, bro. Sapphire, is anything you want to say?
Well, I mean, everyone said a lot of great things. I mean, as far as their perspective and experience, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you just don't know how you're going to react when your child brings, the enemy home. And that's what it is. It does make you wonder, where did you go wrong? But at the end of the day, sometimes people find their time of awakening. That movie Get Out is so fucking powerful. It got people that haven't been to the movies in a long time to go and see it, because it kind of time in what we're speaking about now. And I do believe when a white man or a white woman date us, they get a burst of energy from us. And that's what people are not saying. It's like it's a fucking secret. But I think what I need to do is research that, and just to make it more concrete. I think when they get in relationships with us, they feed off of our energy. And Get Out is saying that all over the movie, as far as the white girl seeking the black man, and the darker the melanin is, the more energy they get from us. And that's why they say once you go black, you never go back, because it's a whole different experience than I believe than it would be if I was to have sex with them. But I never had sex with a white man. But it got to be something behind that for that same to be passed on from one generation to another generation to another generation. But once you go black, you never go back, because it's that energy that's resonated inside of us.
I agree. I definitely do. I just I like to be a bit more practical with a lot of our conversations because, like I said, I feel like a lot of times, we could turn into zealots with information that we have. And I look at it like this: my parents didn't teach me to be pro-black, but I've always had pro-blackness in my family because my grandfather, you know, he walked the streets with Clarence the 13X. So I was basically born guard body. That's my mother's father. And then my mother's mother was part of the Nation of Islam. So I've always had that pro-black militants part of my life. But it was a choice for me to pick it up and do something with it. Because my parents never forced me to go that route. Actually, my mother rebelled against the Nation of Islam because she grew up in the nation. She rebelled against that shit as she got older. So she definitely never pushed me to be pro-black. As y'all can see, I'm a big black nigga. So my mother definitely never wanted me to be pro-black because she didn't want me to get killed. And even to this day, she, when she heard me start talking the way I talk, she calm down, calm down, calm down, because she sees that as being a threat. So, I don't come from that background. I made a choice to love my people and to stand on the line with my people and to fight for my people. I made that choice. And I think that our children has that choice too. So I think as parents, it's our job to just teach them what's right. But in the end, we cannot make the choice for them.
Yeah, I know what you mean, my brother, because I was raised as Jehovah's Witness, but my political beliefs came from the Black Panther Party when I was 5. I was part of the immunization shot. I was part of free clothing, free breakfast, free lunch, and free dinner. You know, and plus I learned more about Africa. Now, as long as I remember, my mom understood it, but she didn't understand. Now my pops, he was like, yeah, okay, this is what he believed in. He loves Africa. So I was under the teachers of the Black Panther Party. Long as I remember, it was the New York 21 back in the early 70s. And there's some of them actually live on my block. And so when I was getting older, I started learning more. And so when I hit my pre-teen, I just took off and started learning more about white supremacy.
You know what?
So
I wanted to say, DS1, the part where we're missing at it, and we can learn a lot observing other races. They know what their duties and responsibilities is. We're kind of leaving it open for our children And I'm not saying we're supposed to allow them to have some sense of freedom, but we in some different times now. This is
I
to our
agree.
yeah, we this is to our utter survival where I can just know for a fact in my life, I knew what my father expected of me. Now, did I make all the right choices? No, I did not. But I knew I couldn't bring a cave beef home. I never even thought of that. To me, the way that I was raised like a child in the KKK. I was told that every white person was dumb, ugly, and inadequate. I really was. I'm gonna keep it real. Now, when my eyes started to open up a little more, I was like in high school and I started noticing certain things. And I said, well, they shit, they didn't tell me that. I had to go back and ask some questions because I was like, y'all didn't had me build up so big, I didn't understand coons and shit. I felt like I was the baddest motherfucker on the planet. And just getting out into this world, then you see different dynamics and everything. I didn't lose anything from my family. I knew what they were doing. They were really trying to build me up. So I knew what they expected of me. And that's what we're gonna have to instill in our children because it's back again to what I was saying earlier. It's our utter survival. We're gonna have to do what we're gonna have to do.
Right.
And it's
Agreed.
and a lot of people not gonna be happy about it, but things are gonna get so tight and so bad out here. See, there's a royal sun right there. Things are gonna be so bad and so tight, we ain't gonna be left no choice but to do it. Either we're gonna do it now in this war, or they're gonna strip everything from us that we're gonna naturally go back to our own. Because I'm gonna tell you a thought that I had in my head today. Now I've been out here bullshitting. I got some land back here that I can grow some. Me and my husband need to get a garden started. And I said to myself, because I was on Q Butter's channel, I was like, well, where the hell is Empress Farm at? That's what I was thinking. I said, what if this shit gets so bad? I gotta go to her farm because I'm out here bullshitting. I need to be back out here growing something. It's gonna get down to that. And it ain't gonna be pretty. It's about to go down. So all this other loosey goosey stuff that we talking about, as the government keep doing what they doing, people naturally gonna creep back to their own. When that war really hits in and kick in, you're gonna see how people really separate. That's why white people they have a better understanding of it. They'll go out here and be gay and do all that shit, but whiteism is first. And we want to be. Farrakhan said this: we got good hearts, and we some nice people, and that's why I'm liking what some of these younger folks are saying. They like fuck that, forgive shit. Nah, that ain't happening. Because as you get older, you get kind of set up in your ways and all that kind of stuff. So we need all of this so we can stay on the cutting edge of this. We can't relax. We got to invest in ourselves. Leave them fucking hunkies alone. They not going to change. They are not a progressive group of people. These people are evil to the
Go ahead,
core.
Chief.
Well, yeah, I say this right here. Listen, and we know this to be true. The institutions that are set up, school is a big one because people, you know, it's like this right here, bro. And even the most black power dude, if there's nothing but white women around, we men. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not saying lay down with the KBs at all. I'm not saying at all. I'm saying that if you have, and you can go to different parts of the country, and you can see, you know what I'm saying, that in certain areas, it's predominantly, say, white
Wow.
schools. You know what I'm saying? Those brothers tend to date white girls. You know what I'm saying? And I say that a lot of this goes with the school systems. You know what I'm saying? The way we've been socialized in school, churches, all those other things. We have to try to avoid those things with our children. That's the key thing. Because if you send your son to school with with Mary Jane, and he's watching television, and you know what I'm saying, he see a girl that looks like her on TV, and she's flirting with him in school because he's the star athlete or whatever. You know, y'all follow where I'm going. See, white women have a different agenda than a lot of times than black girls do. You know what I'm saying? When we have to think about that, once again, it's a European mindset that we try to avoid. So stop sending your children to be educated, and definitely don't let them watch television. You know what I mean? And you already know how I feel about the institutions of religion. So I just think if you could avoid those things, that'll be something. You know, you just tell them the truth. Because think about it. At the end of the day, even the most, you can go find a coon, right? And it has a white wife. He talk white. He act. Well, you can go find that guy, right? We know who he is. We can go find him, right? But you can ask him. You can ask him one question. Name me one good white person. And you know what's crazy? They won't even say their wife or their husband. None of that. They won't. They won't say that. You wanna know why? Because they know the truth. There's no good white people on this planet. That's just a fact. And their history, they tell that history about themselves. So why would you? That would be you wouldn't be so smart when you see these people, and you see them with these people. You say, well, wait a minute, that person can't be that enlightened. He can't be smart, and he can't be genuine to the cause. So hell no, you cannot be in the cause if you are not thinking about being with a black woman or being with a black man. It is what it is. I'm just that's not even up for argument. Straight
Well,
up.
well, I see what you're saying, Chief, but a lot of well, let's speak on Sheikh Anta Diop. He had a white wife, so should we say he got white scholarship all in his books? Should we discredit everything that this man done did because he married a white wife? Langston Hughes was a homosexual,
Yeah.
so we should discredit everything he did
Yep.
because he was gay?
Yep.
But you know what?
And
I
That don't
gotta,
make no
yeah,
sense.
I gotta
and
say
James
this.
It does
Baldwin
to me, and
too.
I'm gonna tell y'all why too. After y'all say what y'all say, I'm gonna tell y'all why
Well,
it makes
no,
sense to
no,
me.
no, no, because you're putting poison out there. I have to be honest. You are putting the poison out there, and that's a total contradictory. Because even though these men that DS1 had just mentioned, it does not mean we can't learn something from their education and what the scholarship they put out there. So we need to stop misleading the people that's listening to these shows, Chief.
Okay, well, that's why I need to explain what I'm saying. Then
Thank you.
I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm saying that sex is a political, homosexuality is a political thing that they're using to destroy us. So we all know this. And homosexuality is anti-life. So that's what I'm speaking on, sister. So that's not being
Yeah.
disingenuous. And I'm saying that all these dudes from James Baldwin to
Yeah, I get
Langston
ready to say
Hughes
that.
had they had Jewish handlers, and these people worked in the best interest of the Jewish people and not for the best interest of black people. So, and
Okay,
that
But
includes
I
Sheikh
gotta
but
Anta
say
but
Diop.
but
this.
but
That includes
I
any
gotta
hold
say
on.
this.
That includes any traitor ass nigga that lays down with a goddamn
if
beat.
if
He's a
if a
goddamn
black
traitor. And
man
that's what I'm
says
saying. And if
that
that's
we are
poison,
the first
sorry.
people to walk the earth, we cannot discount it because he is gay or he's married to a white woman. That's fucking stupid. And that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
You're misleading the people with misinformation. And you've been doing this show after show, platform after platform. And I'm sorry, I just have to call you out on it. You need to stop doing
Ooh.
that, Chief, because just because they gay or they married to a white woman doesn't mean there ain't no facts to the information they giving us.
yeah.
But
And
I
then
do
you
Okay.
want to
try to
say
Well,
this.
that's fine.
But
That's
I
your
do want to
opinion, though,
say
right?
this
That's your
because
opinion, right?
because I
Well, I'm
noticed
saying
Chief,
that they're the
I
enemy to our
noticed
people.
Chief, when you do stuff like this, you end up turning the conversation into something that we shouldn't even be talking about because that's really
Hold
not the
on, hold
topic.
on. But listen though,
So
listen though.
so
That's
so
why
it's a
we have to
huge
make hard choices right now,
distraction
Queen.
when you
That's
do
why
this.
Yeah.
It's
kings.
a
That's why
huge
leaders make hard
distraction
choices,
when
Queen.
you do this.
No.
It's a huge
Okay.
distraction when you do this. And it
Okay.
needs to stop. We need to stay at focus at hand because we probably got college students right now that's listening to this show. And by you making that statement, it's throwing the whole thing off. So can we please stick to the topic at hand? And this is what I would like to say. Since white women have been allowed to teach our kids, our kids are seeing these white women, and of course, they're putting on that face everything is honky dory. So then they grow up wanting to date them. And our young little boys, some of them, not all, are having crush on the teachers because the teachers act real nice. The teachers there to save the day. They look at these white teachers as superwoman. These are the image of some of these little boys when their third and fourth and fifth grade teacher are white women.
Mhm.
And I remember someone mentioning that, and I was like, that was brilliant because I didn't see it from that perspective. And then with the little girls, it's the same way, but it's more harder because there ain't too many white males that's teaching in those age group. You have more white women teaching in those age group than white men. So that's why it's easier, I believe, in some cases, for these black men grow up dating white women because their experience of dealing with
That's all.
white women goes back to elementary school.
That's all they see.
Great point, Sci-Fi. That's a great
Yeah.
point. And just to take it back a little bit to the Get Out movie, if y'all noticed the sunken place that the brother was stuck in, he was stuck in his past with his mother dying. And his mother left him and she just never came back. And he found out years later that his mother died.
Mm.
So now, from my perspective, that white woman was a reflection of his mother and how she related to him. She was like motherly. And that's how she was able to get him. Sort of like what you were saying with the white teachers. And that's true because all my son teachers love him. They say, oh, he's so nice, he's polite, he's this, he's that. But my thing is this: I want my son to have that character, but for him to also have his own views on things. But I don't want him to be able, I don't want him to voice his views without a platform. How I used to be when I was young, because I used to curse the police out. I used to use all that UCC shit and get the cops up off me. I used to be reckless with the information. So what I'm doing with my son is I'm refining him because white supremacy has been refined, whether we know it or not. This is why you have dudes like Andrew Schultz, the one who like to deny that white supremacy exists and try to debate with you and say it don't.
Mhm.
That's the new stage of white supremacy. It has been refined. Find our ideologies and how we speak black power to our children. Because no matter what we teach them, they ultimately have a choice, and the choice is left to them. We
Mhm.
cannot force choices on our children. We can't
These
do that.
babies innocent. These
Yeah.
babies is innocent, and I was, listening to sci-fi, and listening to you too, DS, our babies, they innocent. Like if we really wanted to sit them down and talk to them about this shit, they wouldn't even know what we talking about, nor would they care. Not to be ignorant, but their minds our babies are happy babies. They not thinking about no hate and different stuff like that. So I can agree that be different, and I would let my daughters make their own choices
But boss,
when it comes to that.
boss, can you hear me,
Huh?
boss? Yes, the
Hear
babies
you.
are innocent, and even the little white babies are innocent. But they hit a crossroad, and they're being taught
Yeah,
to have
definitely,
other the
sis. I
same
agree.
hmm
Cause
And
DS, my daughter.
hmm
My daughter go to an all white a school. She go to a nice school, DS. You know, my daughter go to one of them schools, and I talk to her every day when she over here every other day too. I be on her like, yo,
Well,
do any of them in there be making any black jokes? How do your teachers treat you? You know, how do you know they teach you? You know what I'm saying? How do they treat you?
Mhm.
My daughter's, you know, she 11 years old, and I tell her if any of them say anything to you that uncomfortable with, you call me from school. Ain't no waiting until school is over. You call me from school.
Mhm.
yeah, but man,
You know
even
what I'm
when we
saying?
went to school in the
So it's
Yeah.
definitely aligned.
yeah,
At the same time, we got to let our kids make their own decisions. But I think
nah,
we can't put a
that's not true, bro. Cause
hold on,
the
man. Hold
Let him
on,
okay,
finish,
go
Chief.
ahead,
bro.
brother.
Let him
Go
Hold
ahead,
on,
brother.
finish.
Chief. You
Yeah,
know,
I gotta get this out, man. Y'all finish.
our kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they innocent. They come from a different time. We went through more shit than what our kids what they can see.
Mhm.
It's different. This racism and everything, it's the same thing, but it's different because these are babies that we have.
And it's a different time.
And so they can. So my daughters, if they choose to come home with my man Raz B from Malibu's Most Wanted, it'll be a different kind of situation. Me talking to my 25 year old sister, then talking to my daughter. And as my daughters get older, I'm going to have to teach them more about their history and the things that they went through.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, as I teach my daughters history and the things that they need to know, they're going to make their choice anyway to deal with, you know what I'm saying, the black man, the caveman.
Mhm.
But far as dating, you know, and then another thing Sci-Fi has said I wanted to touch down on when she said, you know, a lot of brothers then did a lot of things and stuff like that, and they married to you know, white women. No, that doesn't take away the things that they that they made. But this is my problem. This is what I don't like. This really makes me mad.
Come on, bro.
If you're gonna speak and say the white man is the enemy, ain't tell me shit and you laying up with a white woman or a white man. I just can't respect that.
Or ever had
Can't
sex with
respect
one.
that.
Or ever
I'm
had sex
saying,
with one.
DS, you know, you can't sit up and tell me that the white man is my enemy earlier. You can't tell me the white man, the pale faced man, the white caveman is my enemy, and me to take your information in and you get me all raveled up, whether we on the phone or whether we on social network or whether we in person. You can't tell me the white man is my enemy and then you get
Right,
me
right.
raveled up and then
That's
you get
facts,
off
bro.
the phone with me
That-
and then you get off the phone with me and you jump in the bed with Betty.
right. Yeah,
I'm
no,
saying,
that's true. But
do
but boss,
your white
let me
woman
boss.
hold on, do your white woman
Sheesh.
know? I gotta say this, brother. Do your white woman know how you feel about them? It's just entertainment for you. I'm done.
Go ahead,
All
Chief.
right.
Go
All
ahead,
right,
bro.
man. Like I said, I'm definitely misunderstood, but I'm gonna speak the truth. Shout out to the true queen. She said core truth. I'm gonna speak the truth. Here's the truth. With that logic that Sister Sci-Fi and that you guys are saying, then that means that you don't mind that your sons or daughters are homosexuals. If you say it's up to their choice,
Huh?
we hold on.
Huh?
That's the same
What?
logic. You saying wait a minute. You saying wait a minute. that we're gonna let them make their own choices. We are there to guide them into right choices. Children can't make choices. Um, and a parent is there to guide them in the right choice. And we all should agree that the white man and the white woman is our mortal enemies, and we should not be degenerating ourselves with these people. So that's one rule. And another rule is it should even be before that one, because I would rather for my son to be with a white girl than be a homosexual. So no, homosexuals do not have a
What's the
place
difference, G?
in
What's the difference?
homosexuals as
Difference.
hold on. What you mean? What's both of them is
It's
death to our
European
people.
behavior.
Both of them is death to our people.
It's
Both of
cracker
them is death
behavior.
to our people.
That's a different conversation.
Absolutely, that's what we eradicating from the community. So I'm just queen. With all due respect, I'm just a man enough to stand up and protect our family, queen. So and to tell and man enough to tell all young men, because I deal with young men that are in trouble, what the real is, and that you shouldn't be running around here with this goddamn devil, or you definitely by death. It should be punishable by death if you lay down with a motherfucking man. So I don't feel sorry for that by no stretch of imagination, and I'm sorry if
That's
anybody
crazy.
does, but I do not.
Wow.
That's me standing up and protecting my goddamn family, and you're a part of my goddamn family. So that's how
No
I
doubt,
Man,
can't
bro.
we
I
Go ahead,
cannot
we we,
sis.
apologize
we
for that.
was
Go ahead,
talking
No,
sis.
no.
about we
Pause.
wasn't even talking
Pause.
about
Pause.
We
Go.
want
homosexuals.
to talk. That's a different conversation.
We
No,
wasn't
it's the
even
Right.
same
talking about
conversation.
homosexuals,
It's
bro.
the absolute same. It's the absolute same conversation. You should tell
How?
your
So
motherfucking
explain.
kids,
How?
do not ever. Matter of
This
fact,
is
don't
what
ever let
Chief
them be
do.
taught by
He
your open
gets on
enemy, brother.
platform and he purposely detoured the whole conversation. This makes no
Nah,
That is a
hell
sense.
no.
different.
This
No.
makes no
I
That's
sense.
a
purposely gave you
different
my honest.
This
I,
this
conversation.
I
this is
purposely gave
not
you the
about
truth,
gays.
sister.
This is not about
Sister,
gays.
Definitely
sister,
I can
not.
see if
sister.
the
This is a
Definitely
subject
man.
not.
We
title
talking
had gay
truth over
all
here.
over it.
Right.
I'm telling you
It
my
doesn't
truth,
Yeah,
say
sister.
nothing about
it's all
gays in the
about
subject title.
choices. It's all about choices.
No, that's a choice too, brother. I'm just saying it's the same
We
logic that
talking
y'all
about
saying. It's
our
the same
kids.
choice.
We talking about our
Right.
kids. We talking about our kids dating white people. We
Right.
not talking about faggots.
No. This the
Yeah.
same time you telling them that. The
How?
same time you
How
telling them
you?
don't lay down with a man. You telling them don't lay down with no goddamn cave beast
Nah,
at the same
Chief.
time,
Chief,
bro.
come on,
Man,
Chief.
You ain't.
Come
That's
on,
real
come
shit.
on,
What the
Chief.
fuck
You
y'all talking
smarter than
about?
that, Chief. Chief, you
I am
smarter
smarter than
than
that. I'm
that.
smart enough to know
You
that to teach
smarter
my
than that. Come
motherfucking
on,
child
Chief.
that they the enemy. I
You
am smarter
smarter
to
than
know
that,
that.
Chief.
Hold
I
on,
know
hold
you.
on, hold
You
on, y'all.
fucking
Hold
right.
on, hold on.
You
Hold
fucking
on,
right.
y'all. Hold on. Let Sci-Fi speak. She wanna say something. Let her speak real
And
quick.
stop being so emotional, Queen. That's my opinion. This is how I feel. This is how I
Huh?
feel. This is my opinion. This is my
Yo,
truth.
Yes, one.
bro.
Yes, one.
I
Can
didn't
you
come
mute
in.
his mic? Can you mute his
I'll mute
mic?
myself.
Because
I'll
he's
mute
very
myself.
Go
disrespectful.
ahead, bro.
He can
I
never
got you.
respect other people's opinions. He always got to get on these platforms and turn it upside down. And I bet you right now he's showing all his chaps. He's licking his chaps because he loves to have an unhealthy conversation amongst the panel. And you need to stop that, Chief. Now, if the conversation was about gay, then you will have a good point. But it ain't about that. So what I want to say is that if we're going to have an intellectual conversation, you need to stay at task. You need to stay to the subject and stop changing it up and making all of these adjectives to get the whole panel all riled up. You shouldn't have to do that every time you jump on people's panel, man. Just show some respect because it's very frustrating. Even when I'm listening on to the show and I be in the chat room, I'm like, God damn, can this man at one time just stay on the topic without turning the whole thing upside down and then detouring from the actual title? It just seems like you can't do it. So I'm gonna say my piece and then I'm gonna drop off because you seem like you don't have no self-control when it comes to things like that. But what I would like to say, like right now, he's smiling and this is what he likes. But I'm gonna go ahead and say this.
Not funny.
If
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this, when Nat Turner learned how to read a book, he learned how to read a book from the white woman. Okay. And once he understood and comprehend what he was reading, he turned that on the white woman and the white family. And he liberated his people. With that being said, even if a gay man tells me and my children that we are the first people that walked the face of the earth, the universe gave him that information to put that out there to those that he's going to touch. DS1 have a platform where he's going to awaken maybe one or two people. So with that being said, Just because the information is valid doesn't mean you have to discount it because of their lifestyle. Because if that was the case, then Nat Turner wouldn't be important to our history, because he was taught by a white woman how to read, just like the football player that plays for the 49ers. His mother was white. And just because he is now black, because he have a black father and a white mother, doesn't mean the information he's putting out there to wake us up is invalid. Now, DS1, out of respect for you, I'm gonna jump off the panel because Chief don't have no self-control and he don't have no respect for the titles that when he jump on people platform, he just jump on there just to be heard, and he always got to be destructive. And to me, it's a turn off at this point.
I don't get them off, man.
Well, no, because I just don't want to be no disrespect, and I really want to add on to the message you bring. But people need to take a stand when you have Chiefs on your platform, and if he divert to something else, he needs to be checked. That's my opinion. Peace out.
Peace. Yeah, I want to say something.
Hold on, JT. Hold on, JT. I got to get this out, brother. Listen, first and foremost, I never brought up homosexuality. Somebody brought up Gaz Langston Hughes and brought the homosexuality into the conversation. I spoke my truth and my opinion as a man, which should be different in her opinion from a woman. You know what I'm saying? I never disrespected anybody on this panel. I'm in here building. We're not debating. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't see anywhere that I have done anything to disrespect this sister to feel so emotional at this point right now. So I just think that if anybody go back and rewind this tape and see that, that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I think that's been very, very disrespectful, whatever, and being emotional when it comes to talking about when we all building and bringing our information to the table. So just because my information might be a little different than a lot of other people's, I'm adding other bricks to the table. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing something next to the table. We could take out of some of the stuff I say and leave the rest. When I say stop having your children taught by these white women, I teach. So I don't say nothing that's not whatever. And if I say that homosexuality is not life conducing, that's what I teach. I'm not saying I disrespect any homosexual people, whatever, but I'm just saying that that's just what it is. You cannot be a part of the Black Power movement. You can't be a part of the life movement. You can't walk around my uncle and you like men.
Listen to the point though, bro. Because I'm the one who brought up Langston Hughes. I'm the one who brought him up. And I brought him up. I brought him up to show contrast, meaning just because a guy sleep with a man at night don't mean that he can't contribute to the black movement. Just because a man sleeps with a white woman at night,
kill yourself tonight. That's what you should do.
That's your opinion.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying, and that's my opinion, brother.
Stop
and I'm not
being
you not mad at each other.
That's the problem, bro.
Me and this brother, I still got much love for this brother.
It's not that nobody being emotional, bro. It's that you think that your opinion is facts when it's not.
No, right? That's not true.
But can I say one thing?
Your opinion is not a fact.
That's not true.
Your opinion is not a fact.
And I understand that, and I said it was my opinion. I absolutely said that. Absolutely.
All right, T. Let me say this, all right, and I'm gonna say a few things. I'm gonna get on. DHL, I appreciate you accept me on the panel. Much love for you, but I'm gonna tell you like this, chick. I was born and raised in New York. I ain't said I ain't seen it all. I see how different people interact. And the sad thing, what you say, understand what I'm saying, because I'm saying it out of love. When you structure how you speak, you making sure that whatever you say is facts. It's not about building, brother. And we see the thing about this, like for me, go back these our point, my brother. When James Baldwin, when we find that he was gay and all like that, he was still building with Malcolm X. Even certain points he was disagree on, but he always was building for us as a people. He put our movement first, then it's sexual orientation. So the thing about what I'm trying to say is this: we gotta learn to adapt with the times. And the thing about what you're saying is, Chi, I understand what you're saying, because brother, I'm hearing you, and I don't say nothing about it. If y'all know, I say my little thing, and that's it. We gotta be very careful how we structure, how we talk to certain people, and trying to make it seem that we think that is opinionated, but it becomes a fact. It's all about mobilizing our people. It's all about fighting white supremacy. Now, if I'm going to keep on saying, oh yeah, whatever I say is right and everything, and I'm God, what I'm getting out of it, and not hearing somebody else got a better thing to say, it's all about movement. We don't want to be team players. That's what it is. I'm telling you, a lot of us want to be on the platform, and I'm fucking frustrated of this shit. A lot of us want to be leaders, but we don't want to be team players. This is your hangout, D-Side, and I'm a team player, brother. I salute you. I salute you, your kids. Your kids going through something. And I'm saying, I'm seeing in the street, I got more in line with you because those are your kids, man. And then this is the sad thing about it. We don't want to be in line with each other. We want to be on the platform, to be on TV, and everything's okay. Nah, man, we losing our kids.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
We losing our kids. We losing our kids. Hear what I'm just saying about my godson. Do you hear what I'm saying? Damn.
Real shit. This is why we need to have these conversations. And first thing we need to get straight to. And I'm gonna just tell you this, Chief. Truth is based off your perception. Facts is something can be proven. An opinion is something everyone has. So understand the difference between the three, bro. Before you start thinking that your truth can be someone else's and should be pushed on somebody else. Because your truth is your truth based off what you learned in life. It may not be someone else's truth. And at the end of the day, the basis of what you're saying, I agree with. Because I don't push homosexuality. Nor do I push swirling. Do I agree with any of it? Hell no. But am I real? Hell yeah. And if my son come home and say, Dad, I like a white girl, am I going to talk to him? Hell yeah. But am I going to scrutinize him? No. Am I going to ostracize my son? No. Hell no. Because he's my son first. And if you're going to get on this live stream and tell me you will ostracize any of your children for that, you a liar. And I'm going to call you a liar.
Hold on. But here's the thing, though, brother. I never said that, though. I never said I would ostracize my family members, my children. I never said I would ostracize them. I never said that. And a lot of things I said, it didn't come out like what my truth is. I'm saying when we talk about solutions to a problem, homosexuality is a solution to a problem, which is linked to molestation, Queen. I'm trying to protect our family, brothers and sisters. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother.
Don't do that.
No. Listen, brother. These things gotta be said. These things gotta be said because, hey, brother, somebody, other people are listening to this.
That's wrong. That's wrong, bro.
Hold on. Listen, though, brother. Listen.
Don't do that, bro.
Okay. I got you, bro.
And that's disingenuous, my nigga.
Okay, but listen, though. Listen, hear me out, though, brother. You're not hearing me out, brother.
No, I don't want to hear that no more, son. Matter of fact, bro, get off the line, bro. Matter of fact, get off. Get off. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah. That shit he just said right there was totally unacceptable.
Yeah,
that was unacceptable.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yo, bro, just talk, bro. I need to chill real quick. Calm down. Go ahead, bro.
No, I got you. No, I got you. Hello?
I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Well, no, it's just to see. This. If you notice what I'm saying, it's too many motherfuckers, and I'm not getting off the point, but just work with me here. You see, again, he still was disingenuous what we saying. You can't, we're not talking about homosexual. It's all about being there for our kids if they have alternative thinking. You know what I'm saying? How do we deal with it? And I'm sick and tired that, and you understand what I'm saying, is this, that people are pushing what he's saying and they're not checking on it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro. Now, see, that's some sucker shit he just did.
Yeah.
And see, that's why our women don't believe in us, man. Because you see how his premise is, let's protect the family, let's protect the women, but you just did some sucker shit to the system.
Right, exactly.
By throwing a subliminal shot, by throwing an open-ended subliminal shot at this sister, knowing that this sister speaks about certain shit.
That's personal.
Why I had to eject, son, because that was blatant disrespect and foul.
It is. I agree on that.
And as a matter of fact, I don't believe none of that shit he say out his mouth now.
No.
All that shit he say out his mouth is out the window when it come to me.
No, I agree. I'm with you on that. And then go more on your point. And I'm gonna tell you like this: go to my channel, subscribe and like. I want you to drop it down. Conspiracy of the White Woman, the Birth of White Supremacy, Part 1 and 2. It's something like that. Look at Oliver, and also look at those two. I states what's going on. Matter of fact, I think I'm doing a live stream about what's going on. If you don't mind what I'm doing, if you don't mind, because this is the this is the parity. This is what I'm at right now. Us as a people. There's a lot of us out here. I'm not saying you, because me and you building. So I'm not saying you. But the sad thing about it, there's some brothers and sisters that falling for this hokey doke. And it's like you on a ride, and you take to that ride, but you know that ride has to come to an end. But after that end, you don't know how to deal with it. That's the state with us as a people. We don't want to deal with the real how we interact with each other. We don't want to interact with our kids because listen, what I say is do. No, you can't say that. I don't have no kids, but I got godkids. So I gotta respect how they feel. I'ma tell you what I feel about it, but you gotta go through it too. But I gotta love them. See, what about him it's a certain poison. You come home, fuck you, I'm gonna disown you and everything, and hell with that. You can't do that to your kids, man. Come on, I'm saying like this. You're playing the hands of white supremacy policies now. Oh, we got somebody here. Just drop them off right here. We could use them. You can't do that. And it's just to me, it's like you said, it's just genuine and stuff like that. And I'm just tired. That's what sometimes I don't even come to the hangouts and everything. And I'm glad that you check on it because I was ready. I was right there. Like I said, I'm a team player. You know what I mean? I don't have to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, and it's just like, you know, you disrespect Sapphire like that, and it's not the first time it happened. And no, you can't do that. And you know that. But it's a fact.
And he in the chat trying to play like he don't know what he did, man. I don't respect that, man. I don't respect that. If you got excited and you said something wrong, say you was wrong. But don't get up there and act like you didn't know what you said. And see, a lot of people in the chat, they don't know what's going on because they didn't catch the subliminal. But we caught it. So son know why he got ejected. I respect you, Chief. You came and showed me love. Salute, bro. But I'm not tolerating that, son. I'm not tolerating you coming up here blatantly disrespecting people. That's crazy, bro. I just sat here and broke it down to you, the difference between telling your truth, speaking a fact, or telling your opinion. There's a difference between all three. I think you don't understand the difference. I think you trying to put your truths off on people, and when they don't accept that shit, you throw subliminals at them. But you can't do that over here, bro.
But you know,
you can't do that.
But you know,
because I'm not accepting that.
Right, but you know what, my brother? I gotta say one thing. We gotta stop saying that he don't know. He knows what he's doing. You got, you know what I'm saying? Everything you say is right. I just want us to be in alignment. You know what I mean? He knows what he's doing.
Right.
He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's getting away for time and time again. Except really tonight. I'm being honest with you, brother. Come on, we've been in hangouts together. You know what I'm saying? There's many times I want to get on. You know what I'm saying? There's many times I want to get on a panel. They ain't want to get. They didn't want to get me on the panel. I know there's a few times you say, "Yeah, put JT on the panel." They didn't want to do it because you know why? I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say what's going on right now. But see, like I said in the past, what happened in the past? Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I feel like I'm working with our people, but it does. But you know, but our times we gotta learn to adapt with the times, not forget about our history. You know what I mean? So, like again, you know, like you say, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us want to make it's like this, man. You cannot, you if you want a sandwich, man, you just cannot put no mayonnaise on the bread without no cheese and no meat. That ain't no goddamn sandwich. Come on. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand the meanings what you're talking about, my brother. We got to study that. You see, a lot of us, we want to call ourselves scholars, but we don't know what the real word scholar really means. You know what I mean? And that's the sad thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, this is one of the few times I really get ready to really speak, and I appreciate that you give me that platform, my brother. And you know it ain't all about me. It's about us as a people. You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro.
It's all about us as a people. That means your son come down the street, I gotta be in alignment with you. There's no BS about that. And that's another conversation that we better have. If like this, if my godson was on the street, y'all know, you can't. All right, but we could talk about it and everything. And to me, it's not disingenuous and stuff like that. But he get away with murder, Tom. You don't get me wrong, Chief. I respect his contribution to the community. You know what I'm saying? I do. It's about that. But I'm saying though, you know, we got, you know, if a certain person is going to be disingenuous, you know, towards our people, and then you making our people's some of us, because see, certain things what he's saying, he put us in danger, more in danger within the white supremacy policies. He don't think that. He don't think that.
That's real. That's real what you're saying. And he in the chat right now, he's saying, you know, to say what he said. I really don't want to repeat what he said because what he said is hurtful, man. So I'm not going to repeat what he said, but he know what he said. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say, bro, you know, good looking JT for coming through. You always got a voice here, bro. Always. Anytime I'm here, I put the link out, bro. You could come through and you could build, man. Anybody else could come through and build. Shout out to everybody in the chat, but I'm getting ready to shut this down.
No, but
you know,
I
gotta go cool down.
Yeah, no, I understand. I want to cool down, but I'm just letting you know right now. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just letting you know, man. Yo, when the truth comes out, you know what I'm saying. When you hear like falsified information, you know what I mean. It's gonna get like that. But brother, you keep on building. You hear what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I'm gonna drop something on you, my brother. And one day I would take two Saturdays ago, I couldn't hardly breathe. Alright? Because a lot of shit had went down with the YouTube and all like that. Maybe you heard a little something, maybe you didn't. Alright? The doctor had told me, yo, Mr. Thomas, you got to lay off for a while. That's why one of the reasons I haven't made no videos, no live streams. I go to hangouts and stuff like that. And I don't want nothing to happen to you, my brother. And don't underestimate of this aura right there, because it can get to you. And I understand that because that's your family, and plus you built for our people. I'm telling you, take it from me, JT Blackness. You know what I'm saying? Cool out, get you a drink. You know what I'm saying? And just analyze, and think of the good that what you've done of this hangout. Think of the good that you get everybody a vehicle to build. Not voice their opinion, just to build. I could say for me, it's an honor. It's an honor to be on your hangout to build because I feel I got something to contribute to. But I'm saying that that's for me. Promise me, my brother, you're gonna calm down, you're gonna relax, and you're just gonna build up the beautiful of our people. And we just gotta understand there are some people that are practicing white supremacist policies, and they don't even have the clue that they're doing it. And we gotta keep an eye on that. That's all I'm saying.
Good looking, bro. Thanks a lot, man. I'm gonna definitely take your advice, because I definitely gotta stay cool. I don't want my sons thinking something wrong with me. But thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thanks for y'all tuning in.
Yeah.
I love y'all. Thanks for y'all time and y'all support, man.
I love you too. And check out my channel, JT Blackness. I got some content on.
I got you, bro. I already subscribed to you, bro.
All right, cool. And I'm gonna see how to subscribe. I think I subscribe to you and everything. But if you want to reach out personally, let me know. We link up and everything. But I appreciate you, brother. Your contribution. We need that, brother. We need that. I need you. We need each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the sisters looking, because the sisters out there looking, they know what's going on. And so I'm just saying, handle that. You know what I'm saying? I got your back, whatever. You know what I'm saying? JT Blackness ain't going nowhere. You ain't scared me. I ain't say you. Nobody scared me. You got to kill. You got to take my ass out. You know what I mean? That's why I'm at. And that's you got to take me out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna go hard for our people. Don't matter if it's right or wrong, but we just gotta understand how I gotta say this, brother, man. We got to have this conversation. There are people, man, that are practicing white supremacy policies, man, and they don't know, man. And we got to talk about that, man. This is real talk, man. I'm telling you.
Facts, bro.
You know what I'm saying? They playing chess. We playing checkers, and they checkmate on this shit.
Word. That's real, man. That's real. So I'm gonna close out, y'all. Peace.
Salute to you, brother.